knock these stickers off. All right, what up? What's going on, people? We live.
What up?
Episode number 29 of the Heroes No Capes podcast. I was just doing my tweets and all that good stuff. Oh my goodness, Shagsworth, you going wild. People, I am the abomination, known as AJ. Glad y'all up in here. Glad y'all here on this mission. I am joined today by my co-host, my man's Left Eye Ego. How you doing, sir? Speak to the people.
Yo, what's going on, everybody? You got Left Eye Ego here. I'm awake. I got my caffeine going. I'm ready to do this because it's gonna be an episode, man.
It's a wild episode. Let me address the chat. Look, y'all. It's about to be some somewhat heavy conversation, somewhat still on geek topics. And it's kind of coincidence that it happened like this because these were actually our topics for last week, but then it just we just saw shit on She-Hulk, and then that House of Dragon talk. So to let y'all know, we're continuing that House of Dragon talk. But yeah, we had these two other articles dealing with some, like I said, some pop culture, some media, some entertainment. But y'all heard us, y'all know us. Let us address the chat. Let's go ahead and get into it. For lack of better terms or a better way of saying this is gonna be a real black ass episode. So if that turns you off, if there's too heavy of a subject or whatever, hey, we understand that in this geek entertainment, the audience will mostly be whites. We love our brothers, with this real diversity of skin, thought, all that type of good shit. But yeah, we just been noticing some stuff, and I ain't scared to call it out, especially when we say that these people are the true misogynists, the true racists, they're truly the fucked up people. So it ain't gonna always be obvious. It ain't gonna always be blatant. It is what it is. So like I said, if I see it, I'm gonna say something. But we got my man's John A. Douglas up in here. He said insert first comment. Hey, where all the white women at? See we probably barely got women in the chat anyway. I don't know, man. Get them in here, John. Get them in here. Shagsworth, what's happening, my friends? Not much, man. Not much. Glad you up in here. Say hell, Shagsworth on mobile, so I'll be probably in and out doing work in the basement, bro. Understandable.
Appreciate you.
Glad you got us on in the background. You just listening, man.
Word.
Facts. What up, bro? He says, hell, with the horns. AJ, does your hair cushion that recoil? Shagsworth, I see you being wild, bro. What recoil? What are you saying?
Like I know what I'm doing in the intro, bro, when you're shooting.
Nah, bro. See, I was like, well, shit. When I work out and I go back down, my hair soften the blows and the sit-ups. So it catch a whole lot of dirt at the same time, though.
I think that was his second time at the gun range. He had to adjust his stance. That's why. And Nine was pulling his shoulder. You gotta see him when he actually shoots a shotgun, though.
Yeah. Should be shaking.
Yep.
Um, hey, that's funny because you know how the Sonic fans out there, Knuckles, his dreads
Mm-hmm.
catch the wind, he glide on it. Hey, I might use that for a character or something. We'll figure
This
that out.
guy.
The
Yeah.
power of the dreads, the dreadlocks. C4C, what up, everyone? What up, bro? What up?
E.
Man, number love, Shagsworth. I'm glad you up in here, bro. And Shagsworth, I know Ego be catching the midweek hump. Y'all catch the midweek hump, the Shagsworth
Definitely.
show on Wednesday. Great conversation, great people. Shagsworth, I be acting like an old man, bro. I be falling asleep around 9, 10 o'clock. So I be
Boomer.
just barely missing the show sometimes, but sometimes I catch it. I will make it my business to make sure I'm up for that. Um Echo. I don't know what you talking about, C4C. Mike has bad knees. What up, bro? So you got the fish. Yeah, man. I told y'all earlier, this is gonna be a real black ass episode. Um, Now the topics are still geek stuff, but it's just stuff we've
Yes.
been noticing, man. Just stuff we've been noticing. AJ, it's gonna be heavy topics today. Chat. I don't think so, Scooter. Look at Left
uh,
Eye Ego dropping the link. Yeah. I'm pretty sure the
yeah.
people here though
Yeah. I
uh
I will
already
I was
follow Shagsworth.
I will say that I kind of expanding on what AJ is saying is the fact that similar to I think it was Tupac's jail interview or even before he went to jail, he was saying, you need to hold us accountable, like us as artists. And I think that's what we want to do is hold you accountable to the decisions you make, the cast that you make, the dialogue that you're using, even if it happens to be on a show that we actually really enjoy. We
Yeah.
need to call it out. If we're willing to call out, terrible writing, terrible casting, or terrible dialogue for shows like She-Hulk, we need to be willing to call it out on shows that we actually do enjoy.
Sean up in here. What up, bro? Love this dude, man. Love this dude. We've been playing Diablo recently. We got to get on some Red
Nice.
Dead, some role play on that, but love the supporters, man. Glad y'all up in here. Sci-Fax, well, my white ass is here for it. Sci-Fax, I'm glad the white ass is
Solidarity.
in here.
Hey.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. John saying hell, Sean. Now, before we get into the House of the Dragon talk, now look, I'm gonna let y'all know this is not two black dudes crying racism and trying to be
Mm,
victims and all that. We give a shit, but we ain't victims. We just like, hey, I
right.
see the bullshit. I'm just gonna let you know. House of the Dragon is very entertaining. It's very entertaining, but it's not even just the misuse of black characters. We found like, I guess not inconsistent writing, but just like issues within the story. Just issues within the story. We'll point them out, especially with this last episode. But our first two topics, we're just gonna go over some articles. I don't like reading, but I can read. We'll get it over with. We want to give y'all the news, let y'all know what's going on. Now, these two articles actually came out like a week ago, some time ago. Like we said, it was supposed to be our last topics on the last show. It just turned into something else. Um,
Mhm.
it just so happened that all of it just just black.
Well,
Uh
yeah.
Shags, thanks for the shout out. Ain't no thing, bro. Great people, man. Y'all deserve
Anytime.
it. Canola Sasquatch, what's up, everyone? My favorite Saturday show, bro. God damn, bro.
E-
God damn, bro. You go. Luckily, wolves don't have tear ducts. All right, so
oh
y'all ain't
my
gonna see me
god.
tear up on camera ever,
This guy.
son.
This guy.
That's another great dude, though. I'm sure his link will get dropped in there at some point.
You know it.
Y'all people, mods in the chats. Y'all can do that. Y'all can do that. All right, we're gonna get into our first topic though.
Mhm.
Let me go ahead and share that screen.
Go ahead.
And okay. Because bro said something two times.
Okay.
All right,
Yeah.
fuck it. We're just gonna
Yeah.
start with this
Do the
one.
first one. Yeah. Go
Yeah,
ahead.
we'll start with this one, then I'll show you or reference the
I say flip it, man. Flip
flip
it.
it.
Do the first. Do the
Okay,
first because you got to get the context because it's more comedic that way. Even though it's like, come on,
okay,
man.
okay. All right, so I'm gonna show the other one, y'all.
Yeah, you got to show. There's two articles. It's from the same person, but it's just the different results of what happens.
Yeah, and these two articles happen within like a week of one
Week
another.
of each other, right?
All right, so first we get into it. This is from Variety. Stranger Things star Caleb McLaughlin opens up about racism from fans. It definitely took a toll on me. Now we're not gonna read the whole thing, but like Ego said, we're just gonna give y'all the context to show the flip in this next
Yep.
article. So if y'all don't know this dude, he plays Lucas Sinclair on Stranger Things. Y'all know that's one of the highest watch,
Yeah.
best rated shows or whatever on Netflix, probably in television history. I don't know about that last one, but he says it definitely took a toll on me as a younger kid. The actor said, as the heroes said at the Heroes Comic Con Belgium convention on Sunday. My very first Comic Con, some people didn't stand in my line because I was black. Some people told me, oh, I didn't want to be in your line because you were mean to 11, played by Millie Bobby Brown. Now, the weird thing about that is he's saying he's built this narrative. People didn't stand in my line because I was black. But then he actually says, or what he actually heard people say was, we didn't want to be in your line because you were mean to 11. So
Right.
he's been told or told himself it's because he was black. But the people actually said it's because we just didn't like your
Like
character.
character. Right.
Um, and McLaughlin continued, even now, some people don't follow me or don't support me because I'm black. Sometimes overseas, you feel the racism, you feel the bigotry. Sometimes it's hard to talk about it and for people to understand. But when I was younger, it definitely affected me a lot. All right. So, y'all, hear his thoughts on that. Now, with that, I recall in Game of Thrones, the woman that played the Red Queen, Cersei,
Okay.
people gave her all types of hate when they go to the little conventions and whatnot, because of how well she played that villainous character, that it
Mm.
transferred over to real life. People like forgot that I was just watching the show. Like, this lady probably is not as terrible as we saw
Yeah.
her in
Right.
Game of Thrones. And her response, well, that just mean I did a great job. That mean I played the fucking role. I did what I needed to do. I
Right.
killed it when I went in there.
Right.
So two different mentalities of one person taking it personally and saying it's because I'm black, as opposed to they didn't like my character. And then this lady, because she ain't have a, I guess, a fucking oppression narrative to stand on. She was like, hey, I did my thing. They know
Right.
I'm the villain.
Right.
What's your thoughts on that, Ego?
I guess for me, it's like we all men, and I will say this in terms of just like between men and women, right? The things that we'll actually watch and get invested with when you're looking at it from the outside doesn't make sense, right? I'm sorry going way down the road on this, but I'm trying to I'll bring it home. The
Mm-hmm.
thing is that women love reality TV. Right? My wife loves Bachelor in Paradise, 90 Day Fiance, the whole thing. She even got me watching it sometimes, right? And I know that generally men, especially back in like the late 90s, early mid 90s, love wrestling, right? Both of them know that there are characters that you don't like on the reality TV show or on wrestling, but it's the same thing. It's for the most part scripted. You have your heels that are the bad guy, you have your faces that are the good guy.
Yeah.
You cheer for the one you want, you boo the one you don't like, right? It's if you every guy should know that, hey, look, the heel that you see in wrestling, that's not them in real life. You know
Mm-hmm.
that when you're like 10 or 11. You learn that early. Like, oh, they're just playing the role of the bad guy.
I
And
didn't
if
know that.
I
I didn't know that, bro.
oh my
I
god,
got you.
bro.
Most people around me
That's
knew it. I still believe
that's
the
what I'm
Undertaker was a zombie for a long cast.
and oh my god, this guy. This is why I had to go across the street to bring it home. Right there. Right there. That is what right. And so and if you take it to the point where you actually feel like would hate that person outside of the reality TV show or outside of the ring, you're like, wow, they must have done a really good job that I placed a portrayal of someone that puts it on TV. If I put that in reality,
Yeah,
oh, it's just wow, they just that was hey, you did a really good job. And
yeah.
the thing is, he said he buried the lead, the dude that you're in our article buried the lead. The lead was the fact that you were awful to 11 in the first season. Excuse me, I don't even watch Stranger Things, and
Hmm.
I heard about that. So if I knew that without watching the show, and you're playing the character that was purposefully mean to the character in the first season, when I heard that everyone was loving 11, well then yeah, your first Comic Con they wouldn't want to go up to you. I remember when we were at San Antonio Comic Con last year with the stuntman, and I think it was the Asian dude in Cobra Kai, and he was with Team Cobra Kai during the season where he was a jerk to everybody
Mm,
before he got beat up by Hawk. And
yeah.
he was there. There was no one in his line because he hadn't had his character change yet, so no one wanted to talk to him.
I
Y'all are
still think
ridiculous.
I think they should have gave him some more. They should have gave him more to work with, the Asian dude. I feel
Yeah,
like
they should have
he
get.
was
Go ahead.
yeah, he was there just to be a bully and then not. And
Right, and then
sometimes like I like
exactly.
that character.
Right. So the thing is like the character you portray, people really take that seriously, especially when they're invested. That's great. I mean, if you knew that that was the way that your character was going to be portrayed, I would take that into real life and make it still a wandering act because wrestlers will do that. They'll go out to
Yeah.
these conventions and act like the character while they're next to people that think that that's how they really are. And so it means it's a master class in acting, but this kid can't separate the fact from fiction on this one or truth from reality. The reality is you were awful to someone as your character on the show, but as you progress in your character actually had more input, had a change of heart and became more integrated within the story, people like you.
Yeah.
I mean, how many followers do you have on Instagram? Like what, 15 million?
Yeah. And that does bring us to so the second article where okay, so in this one, he uses or feels like I guess his blackness is a curse. Like the cards are stacked against him. But in this next one, he uses his blackness to his advantage. Now, Ego, what you talking about the followers, that's something else about the mentality of people that I especially see used on black actors. This dude, regardless of him being a great actor, uh, he has way more followers than most of anybody else. You can only compare him to others like him, other actors and other well-known people. The money that he's probably made, bro's probably rich. I don't know. But I also remember him in Concrete Cowboy with Idris
Oh
Elba.
yeah.
So you already starring in a fucking movie next to somebody that's held in such high regard. A great fucking actor,
Yep.
probably the most, I ain't gonna say most known, but the top black actor right now. So it's like, despite all of that, you're still holding on to I'm black. I don't have things are not as good as they could be. I guess he's saying like if he was white or if he wasn't black. I don't know what the opposite of that would be.
I don't know what it is
Um,
either.
so like yeah, in one hand, you have issues with your blackness, but on the other hand, you want to use it to your advantage.
Before he does this, a few days later.
A few days later, October 8th. So the last one was like September 27th. So like a week later, he comes out. Stranger Things star Caleb McLaughlin would love to be the DC Entertainment Universe's Static Shock. So again, oppression. The blackness was an issue, but now you get to play a black character. Now you all for it. Now you like, okay, let me use my blackness to my advantage. Let me be the Static Shock, or just to show his interest, to put it out there that he would love this. So it's like, damn, bro, do you love your blackness or do you hate it? What's really going
Right.
on? Stranger Things star Caleb McLaughlin says he wants to play a superhero and throws his hat in the ring for DCEU's live action Static Shock. Now, I will say this. Despite him just bitching about being black, I do appreciate him wanting to be a original black character as opposed to Anthony Mackie how he went in trying to be, I forgot, it was like somebody who wasn't black or white. It was some fucking Asian character that he was trying to play. But I appreciate this dude for wanting, again, it's weird because you were just bitching about your blackness, but anyway, he's trying to play an original black character, Static. Stranger Things star Caleb McLaughlin wants to be the DC Extended Universe live action Static Shock. What I say, Entertainment Universe, Extended Universe, whatever.
Extended universe, yeah.
What other movie would I like? I want to do a superhero film, McLaughlin said during the Q&A at 2022's Heroes Comic Con in Brussels. I would love to play Static Shock. Honestly, I would want to do something like a superhero or even something. It doesn't matter. I'm really open to being any character. Oh, he don't give a shit.
Yeah.
He just
No.
knows Static Black. So he was like,
Right. See?
that boy just begging for roles. Never mind. I take back what I just said. I feel like I could play anybody, honestly. Oh,
See?
so he just said, so he's not opposed to playing being a race swap character.
Yeah.
He just, okay, damn. Yeah, I take back what I just said. It really, I feel like how I pick my films is really what speaks to me. Also, I'm also developing other projects myself that will be coming out. Okay, props to you for that. Not soon, but soon. But yeah, it really doesn't matter, actually. It's just whatever like project speaks to me and my creativity. So he willing to take whatever handout, whatever crumbs they throw at him.
Hmm.
Okay, here go the actual interview.
Clip on there.
Yeah. A live action film adaptation of Static Shock was announced at DC Fandom in August 2020 with Michael B. Jordan attached to produce his company Outlier Society. Few details about the film have been released since, though Randy McKinnon was tapped as the film's writer in March 2021. Didn't I see Michael B. Jordan about to direct Creed 3?
He has. You didn't see the. You didn't see the trailer, did you?
No.
Oh, we're gonna get blackity black.
Oh, well,
You didn't see the. Oh, we gotta watch the trailer, bro.
look, I'm not a Rocky fan or a Creed fan,
It's not.
so
It's not. No. It's the number one. Sylvester Stallone isn't even in the movie
yeah,
at
yeah,
all, right?
yeah.
We gonna have to. I'm gonna have you watch the trailer.
Okay, okay,
You got to watch the trailer because
okay.
the trailer dropped this week, and I was like, I was upset with what I saw
Mm-hmm.
because it's kind of like saying they want him to be, um, the guy that played Kang is his
Yeah,
nemesis, and so they're trying to make it like Rocky 3, where he's his Clubber Lang,
yeah.
but because they're both black, they have to have a history.
Okay, I
So
got you.
yeah. We might have to. That might have to be the poll. What might have something we have to check out.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
I have to have you watch it because it was. I got upset with the way that it was going and the fact that Michael B. Jordan himself was the one to direct it. Like I don't like that direction that you took it.
Yeah.
Even if you're saying he's your nemesis, technically your nemesis doesn't have to have a backstory that personally involves you from like when you were younger.
So just
You know what
like
I'm
they
saying?
threw Killmonger on T'Challa, it just got to have a black
Right.
and
Well,
choose
I
your
would say
black
this.
foil.
I will say this. The only roles that I saw Michael B. Jordan take for me that were non-racial was in the show Lie to Me, and that was the season that it got canceled. It was a long time ago.
Look, y'all supposed to be on me about these live action movies, man. Hey, y'all gonna learn. If you gave me cartoon boxers, I'll probably watch it. Cartoon martial arts, I'll probably watch it. All right, let me keep on
Ridiculous.
with this article. Most recently, Static Shadows of Dakota co-writer and artist Nicholas Draper Ivy addressed the status of the upcoming movie and tell fans to stop speculating about the film. I follow Nicholas Draper Ivy, and I do remember him saying that he's the artist who worked on the recent Static run where he in the Black Lives Matter
Hmm.
fucking rally, and the art looks more like anime, like manga, as
Okay.
opposed to traditional. Anyway, Static Shock is coming eventually. Don't worry about those articles and be patient. He said, I will not elaborate on this any further. Similarly, Jordan stated in April 2021 that the film had no real timelines or no real updates. However, the actor and producer did elaborate that those involved were in the process of building Static out. And I can't wait to have something more to tell you guys here. Um, okay, they talking about the history of Static.
Hmm.
McLaughlin starred Stranger Things. All right, so that's the news. Now they're just speculating, talking about Static. Um, you know what's funny about that? Since Michael B. Jordan is directing this Creed movie that he's
Hmm.
also in, I wouldn't be surprised if this dude does get Static, and then Michael B. Jordan ends up playing like Black Lightning, like put himself
Well,
in there, as opposed to that
self-insert.
Val Zod. character that he was supposed to
Oh,
be.
that thing got cut. Yeah, Zaslav said no, that ain't gonna work.
Right. So now he could be looking at it like, well, this is my way to get back into the superhero game. Unless they bring his ass back for
I'm not.
Wakanda forever.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure if no, that's actually the wait. What is the Black Panther 2 is Wakanda Forever?
Yeah.
Okay, I was gonna say, damn, they should have left that as the trilogy. Damn, they really messed that one up. Just Black Panther
Yeah.
2. You know, Black Panther 3, Wakanda Forever. Let us know it's done.
Yeah.
But no, I don't. If I were him, I don't know if I'd want to still stay in the superhero game anymore. You know
Michael
what I
B.
mean?
Jordan.
Mm-mm,
Okay.
nah. I mean, at this point, he's done the biographic route twice over with Fruitvale Station, and he played a soldier or something like that. He played a good antithesis to T'Challa in Black Panther. His character was killed off, so he doesn't technically have to come back unless it's for a cameo or a
Hmm.
solo film, and he can really leverage that. I don't know. I mean, unless you want him to play Blade, that honestly, that's what I would take. If I were Michael
Michael
B.
B.
Jordan,
Jordan.
I would.
Uh,
Yes, I would say give me Blade. If you do Blade, it's a wrap. Like that, I'll watch 6 versions of Blade. You know,
yeah.
I'll watch whatever crossover you give me. Blade versus John Wick. I don't care. You tell me Michael B. Jordan is Blade, I can believe that. And I'll watch that.
Hold on, my dog. Let me address the chat. See
You
what these
got it.
dogs barking at.
All right, let me see what y'all got on here. Wow, y'all are in here today. Let's see what I got here. All right, Cyfax. He wants recognition for being a black actor instead of just being a good actor. Exactly. I mean, it just happens that he's a good actor that is black, but now he's saying that people won't actually like me because I'm black, but I've got 15 million followers on Instagram. Please give me that kind of oppression. So you got C4C, what version of Static when he got his powers from a gang war or when he got his powers from being at a BLM protest? Yeah, so the version that I heard that they're going to go with, at least my guess is that it's going to be a protest. I know that the comics for Static when they came out lately have been about it being at a protest. Well, and instead of the actual lore, which is it was a gang war and Static had a shot to actually kill the guy that was actually bullying him. He decides not to do it, and then they get bang babied. All right, let's see. We got Hail the Lore. Someone told him about Static. He doesn't know about the character. Exactly. He said Static, which was very specific, and then he just said, "No, I'll take any character," which is also interesting because I don't like saying the word interesting, but it's ironic that he's saying about that he was having all these issues because he's black, and then wants to play a black character, and he's saying this stuff in like Belgium. I haven't heard him say any of this in the United States. So come on, man. Pick a struggle. You want to have these problems, but you want to tell about how their problems overseas. Let's see here. Asian Mike is black card vote. So we got Cyfax saying the trailer for Creed 3 looks okay, but I hate they tore down Apollo Creed's character to start this series. Yeah, I don't like the fact that they started by saying that his last name isn't technically Creed, and by saying that he's one of Creed's illegitimate children, just so that they could base it in Philadelphia. I don't like the fact that I thought that Apollo Creed actually had a son in California with his wife. I thought that that's who we were following in the first Creed film. And I just don't like the fact that they made it the black guy that had an illegitimate child, that it's a big thing that now he's a boxer and trying to take on his dad's name now that it benefits him. Like, don't like seeing that narrative kind of pushed on. Let's see, we got Creed 3 is more of a personal beef, and I'm not completely on board yet, but it looks okay. I just don't like the fact that they gave the personal beef something that they think that all black people have to have on this whole come up thing. I understand that the person that can walk into your past that used to look out for you, I just don't like the fact that it's the black guy that, oh, well, hey, I did something for you in the past, and now I'm coming for what you owe me. I don't like that. I mean, I know it's still going to be entertaining. I know it's still going to have some good acting because I think Jonathan Majors and Michael B. Jordan are pretty good actors. I just don't like the fact that a black guy that had a chance to be in front of the director's lens and direct a character that he helped build up chose that relation to the story. You know what I mean? That it could have been, it could have been anybody that he had a personal beef with. I just don't like the way that they introduced him. So we got Mike has bad knees. They're going
Hold
to
on, hold
go
on,
for
hold
that.
on, hold
Go
on.
ahead.
Cannoli
Go ahead.
Sasquatch. I've seen the Rockies. I'm just not no emotional investment. Uh, that's all.
At all?
So, nah,
You ever worked out to Hearts on Fire? You never gone on a treadmill and yelled Drago
no,
at the end of your workout, bro? You haven't
no.
lived.
I
You
like
have not
the
lived.
Cobra Kai shout out when Johnny Lawrence was talking about it. Bro, if I work out and I'm trying to channel some energy from a movie, it's gonna be fucking the Eye of the Tiger. Oh.
That's fine. I mean, that's still Rocky 3 though.
It-
I'm saying that's a personal investment.
but
That is.
not to the movies. I honestly think that the reason I have the emotional investment in that song is I remember I probably first heard it in Doctor Doolittle when he was talking to the tiger. He was talking to the tiger, trying to instill that confidence in the tiger. He was like, "It's the eye of the tiger," and I was like, "Yeah, I know that song. I know that song. Get pumped up, Tiger." If y'all seen Doctor Doolittle, y'all know what I'm talking about.
Y'all see what I be dealing with?
That's what you got to
Y'all see
deal
what I
with.
be dealing? He
I
said,
know.
I heard I had a tiger and Dr. Doolittle. That's a damn shame.
I know who I am, bro. I ain't ashamed. I ain't hiding from it. I'm
Mm.
uncultured swine, bro.
Yes.
He said, "Yeah."
Uncircumcised Philistine.
Oh my
Jesus.
goodness. All right, man. You keep going. You keep going.
Mm. Let's see. Let's see what else I got on. Where did I stop?
Mike has bad knees.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Damn, that's all the way up here.
They're going to
Oh
go for
yeah,
that new origin story for Static, and it's going to be lame. Of
yep.
course, that's what they're doing with all these superhero comics, movies, adaptations. They're going for the recent shit.
Hold on one second. Yeah. You're right. That's facts. Paul's a womanizer and Rocky's a deadbeat. Gee,
Mm.
yeah.
Mm.
I did not think of that. Wow. That's a wow.
Oh,
Damn,
see,
Cyfax came through. I had to sit on that one. Wow.
that just struck something for you.
That did. I mean, I was like, yeah, they both were. Yeah, that's awful. Damn. Okay. Wow. Okay. Hold on. I think I was from C4C. Mike has bad knees. Yeah, they rebooted the comic. They changed the origins where he got his powers from being in a BLM protest and the cops shoot chemicals at him. Yeah. They were asking which origin you think the Static Shock movie is going with.
Yeah,
And that's where, yeah, that's what I thought. Yep. And the reply, what was his stupid origin?
that's a
Horrible
horrible
origin.
origin with a stupid change for no reason. Yep,
Exactly.
they're modernizing the story. Black Panther 2 looks bland. Yeah,
Black
bro.
Panther, nice. Good
It
call.
is. That's why they had to throw both of the minorities in there and act like we just paying so much tribute to Chadwick Boseman. Y'all, that's our next topic. We'll get into that shortly. Hell, the lures to Syfax. That's realistic. To be honest, Creed with multiple women. He wasn't a bad dude, but still, hell, got some rebuttal. I ain't in on the
Mm-hmm.
conversation. I don't know. If
Mm-hmm.
Michael B. Jordan became Blade, I'm so out. He doesn't look like Blade at all. I'm sorry, but Blade is a dark skinned man. Michael B. Jordan
He a
is
day
he
walker though. He got a little
like
tank.
brown skin.
Yeah, he got brown skin. You know, he's like, hey, I'm still a day walker. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Wear
him
that
and
specs.
Wesley
You got,
Snipes.
yeah.
They're about the
Well, no,
same to
no.
me.
Nah, Wesley Snipes is a little darker, just a little bit.
Darkness. Okay.
uh, oh man, we got.
All right.
Oh damn.
It seems like he would be someone who took the rap for a crime Creed did and
Yeah.
now wants revenge.
Yes, that's the trailer for Creed 3, sir.
I got you. Yeah. I
Mm,
picked up what you was putting down, even though I didn't
yeah.
see it. Those
Okay.
workout montages don't move you. Nah,
They
man,
said
not
they
really.
have to move. Really?
No.
You robot, sir. You
No,
robot.
bro. I rather honestly, I work out to anything. I change my workout based on the music that I'm listening to, like the tempo. So if it's something
Yeah.
slow, I'd be like, okay, how do I make my workout go with this? But anyway, yeah, I don't.
Hold on. So if you're listening to Eye of the Tiger, Hearts on Fire, Burning Heart, if you're listening, what workout are you doing?
I do a lot of stuff. I do my martial arts. I do my weight stuff.
I know, but like if you're playing that kind of music, what workout are you doing?
Whatever I'm feeling at the time.
Oh my god, bro.
I'm not. I the
Uh,
tiger. Let me hit them push-ups. I,
yes.
no, it's how I'm
You
feeling.
gotta do
It's how I'm
you
feeling.
gotta show you do shoulders for
I
Hearts on
adapt.
Fire.
Wolves
Oh my
adapt.
god.
Wolves
Oh my
adapt.
god.
I find
Oh,
me a
you're
rhythm
ridiculous.
within the song that I'm listening to. All right. If they do the BLM origin, it's going to be DOA. Sci-facts. All
Agreed.
this shit's DOA, bro. Look, I said DC come in with Jaime Reyes, bro from Cobra Kai. He Mexican as fuck or Latin as fuck. He's everything they need him to be. He's a great actor. Blue Beetle, that Blue Beetle, not Ted Cord, not regular man, super gadget, whatever. I'm talking about alien tech dude. I like him. He's great. I did say this on a previous video. He's the Miles Morales that Marvel wants, as well as the Tom Holland Spider-Man, the young kid superhero that they
Agreed.
trying to build up around the MCU or build the MCU up around.
You know what's going to be interesting?
What's up?
Oh, Ironheart is going to be a TV show, not a movie, right?
Yeah, series.
Okay. You know what? I was going to say that's the
Hold on,
reason
hold on,
it's
hold on.
the
I
go ahead.
think it was announced as a series. I think they said they're gonna change it to be a movie.
So
Fact
okay,
check
here's
me,
the thing.
correct me if I'm wrong.
I'm gonna say this. If I were DC, I would go head to head with Ironheart with Blue Beetle. That's what I
Eh,
because Blue Beetle will win. And I don't want to hear no description of racism, the patriarchy, man. Maybe I
mm-hmm.
don't want to hear none of that. We
Yeah.
had two minority characters go head to head at the box
You
office.
know that's what they gonna go for. They gonna say they didn't
If
see this
I
one
were
because it's a
DC,
woman.
exactly. I'm gonna say no. I was like, no, that's not it. I was like, I actually like the character. I know how Cholo plays because I've seen him actually. Is it Solo or Cholo? Solo, I think. I've seen Solo act. He can
Mm-hmm.
act, and the
Mm-hmm.
fact that and I've seen Young Justice when it was good, and I saw the introduction of Jaime Reyes the way they did it, which was good. So you put
Mm-hmm.
those two things together. Oh, I'm definitely gonna go see this movie. Yeah, I was like, as opposed to, oh, we're gonna throw Ironheart in there, and then if you don't like it, insert Istaphobe here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like one of those is clearly gonna win out.
And that's Disney's Marvel. They already shown us that they got them excuses already downloaded. They read it. They got the
Right.
articles typed up. Oh, all types of, and they gonna get the double. Like you said, the check the boxes. You ain't see it because you don't like women and you don't like black. You don't like black women. So you
Right.
double istaphobe or whatever. But no, bro,
Right.
give me my Mexican boy Jaime Reyes. Let him come through kicking ass. You see him battling with the scarab.
Exactly.
Scarab, no, don't do it. And Scarab's like, I have to
I
eliminate
must
this
do this.
target. He is a threat. Threat level is high. No, I
Oh
think
man.
although I'm checked out of all this stuff, Black Adam came out. I don't give a shit. Apparently, it's I don't know. Some people like it, some people don't. But Blue Beetle would be just from seeing dude in that suit, bro. That shit looks so
Mhm.
accurate. It
It
looked
does.
good. So yeah, in a better world, that shit could be pretty great. Pretty great. C4C in Spider-Man the animated series in the 90s, they made Blade light skin. I don't remember him being light skinned. I remember him just being like
He
brown skin.
he was kind of he had like a little sheen on his face that would let you know he not that dark.
Okay.
Because Robbie was darker than Blade. Robbie that worked at
The
the
bugle.
Bugle, right? He was darker than
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
Blade with light skin. Blade with a light.
Play with light skin. All right. The dude that is playing Kane the Conqueror could play Black Panther or even Blade. I don't know, bro.
I don't know. He has a forgettable face to me.
The dude who playing Kane,
Yes, forgettable face. Jonathan Majors has a forgettable face to me.
I don't think he has a forgettable face. He's not a great actor. He's not a very memorable actor to me.
Okay,
Like
maybe that's it.
he was in Harder They
Harder they
Fall.
fall. Right. And even then,
And
like he faded out. Everyone
yeah,
else took the spotlight but him. Even RJ Seiler, who got shot by the I forget
what's that? Is
the
that the
character's
skinny
name.
black dude?
Yes. RJ Seiler was more memorable than Jonathan Majors was.
I liked him in that movie.
I did too. It was really
Yeah,
good.
If we talking about
You
the
know,
same dude, I think we are.
it is.
He was
Yeah,
also in Get Out.
Yeah, not look. That's not. I think you think of Lakeith Stanfield. No, not him.
That's what I'm
The
thinking
one.
about.
No,
Okay.
the guy that shot. He shot the kid that was trying to load up his guns like 1, 2, and then got shot in the face.
Okay. I don't. Oh,
He
when
was
they
the
was on
blue.
the
He was the
train.
right. He
Okay.
no.
Okay.
He was the Blue Power Ranger in the Power Rangers movie. You know what I'm talking about?
Okay. Yes.
Him.
Yes. I
He
did
was
like
more
him.
memorable.
I
Yes, he
did
was
like that dude.
hilarious. He
Yeah.
was hilarious. I loved him as the comedic relief. He did a great job. Even Damon Wayans Jr. is a better actor and has more of a recognizable face than Jonathan Majors.
Okay.
Like Jonathan Majors has a, it's not. I don't want to say he has a hamburger meat face, but
I get
he
what
would
you're
have
saying.
a boxer's face. Like you've been hit in the
Yeah.
face. He has that look.
So
So it's
he looks perfect for this Creed movie.
yeah. That
I
he for the movie he does. I just didn't like
yeah,
the way
yeah,
that I just don't like the fact that like, hey man, I went to clearly juvie for you, and then you went away and got popular. I want that
yeah.
money back.
I want
I'm
that
gonna tell you
money.
right now. I'm from the suburbs. From the suburbs. Here's what I do. I give you $250,000 and said, "Hey, thank you for your service, sir.
Yeah.
You have a good day." That's it.
Okay.
It's not. No,
He
no,
want the empire. He want the jewelry. He
nah,
want the women. He
nah.
want the paparazzi. He want all that to come with it.
No, sir. No, sir. No,
I
thank
got
you.
you. Jonathan
Like,
Majors though, he like I was just watching his workout video,
mhm.
and bro is he a beast. So yeah, I feel you. Like they probably be fucking the story up for y'all, but as far as a boxer or being in a boxer movie or something, dude looks nice. I didn't
He
even
does.
like I couldn't even tell that he had that body in Harder They Fall. If he had it,
He
which it looks
didn't.
like
It
he
was
been working at it.
so it looks so in Harder They Fall, he's got that thing where it's like there isn't a lot of definition, but there's muscle there. He has a six
Okay.
pack, but he has to take his shirt off to show you.
Okay.
Get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Whereas Michael B. Jordan, you know that there's a six pack when he wears a t-shirt. You know, if yeah, I think the thing is like with a lot of workouts with people, it's like, well, if you have to take your shirt off for me to see that you have a six pack, is it all that it says? Is it all that as aesthetically pleasing as someone that I know in your shirt, I already know you have a six pack
Not
because I can see it.
necessarily. If you got a loose shirt on, then you can't see it.
Which one of those would you have move your stuff around the house? If you're moving, you gonna pick the guy that had to take his shirt off to see that you had abs, or the guy you can clearly see muscles through his shirt?
Fuck his abs. What them arms looking like? What that chest?
Arms look
What's your lift game
arms,
looking like, son?
bro.
I don't care about your core strength.
that's that's what I'm saying.
Lift,
If you
son. Lift
just
with them
if
legs.
you look if you just look skinny and then you threw like a swimmer body on there, I'm not gonna
Yeah.
ask that one as opposed to a power lifter that might have a gut.
Ego, I always give you that rebuttal, bro. I give you that fight because when I was loading trucks, I was
Mm-hmm.
like Spider-Man body. Spider-Man.
How like what was your weight? How much do you weigh,
I
Spider
don't
Man?
know. I don't know. I'm not necessarily talking about me. I'm saying,
No, we know because that rebuttal is you. That it has to be you. Then you say yeah, Spider Man body, but you was like what? How long ago was this?
bro, this was back in 2000, like 15, 16.
So 7 years ago, you'd have been what 21, 22,
Yeah.
and you move boxes.
A load truck. So furniture, cabinets, and shit like that.
Okay, I will say I would still take you now over you to 27 years ago.
I get what you're
I
saying.
see.
I get what you're
I see
saying.
little Spider Man. I was like, little Spider Man. I know you an ant that can lift 10 times your weight, but this a whole dresser. Go sit
Yeah.
down.
I ain't trying to
Hey,
see your ass get squashed by my new couch,
exactly.
bro.
I am not paying for this lawsuit. No.
Little bug body boy. All right. I got you.
Exactly. See, get squashed. Thank you.
I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying. All right, man. All right. I feel like Marvel and DC has been in a Rocky style boxing match, and Marvel has been beating DC's ass. But now in round four, DC is getting the upper hand.
Like, I
Um,
ain't hear no bell ring.
I know in this that recent interview, The Rock was like they're not really paying attention to what Marvel is doing, or they're not trying to beat them at anything. They're just doing their own thing. But at the same
Mhm.
time, Marvel and DC, because of who they are, the Titans, when it comes to comics, you have to kind of compare in a way, which they've been comparing, stealing characters from one another, all that type of shit. So it's like that's just kind of built into it. Uh, But I mean, if you ask me, I don't care about DC movies. I've told y'all that already. And Marvel Phase 1 and Phase 2 were pretty great. Civil War is my favorite movie, although I fucking hate it compared to the comic. I appreciate them for building up to that story within that Marvel Cinematic Universe and having those dots be connected as opposed to what they doing now, which is I think just going with the flow.
They give me again. I'll give Marvel an asterisk. For their accomplishments, I give an asterisk because you didn't do your Justice League. The Avengers is not the A team. The A
Yeah,
team was the Fantastic Four, and everyone knows that. You couldn't build anything around the Fantastic Four, so you let it die after Rise of the Silver Surfer.
right.
You use the money from Blade to use the money that you made from Blade to say that superhero movies technically work, but we're not going to put our name on it. You use the money from Spider-Man to get you almost out of bankruptcy because Michael Jackson was about to buy Marvel and star in a Spider-Man movie. Don't forget that. So the fact that they used the C team, pushed the C team, made us think that the C team is the A team, make movies spun off of the C team, whereas whereas DC said, "Hey, look, we're going to give you the main person that's would be a founding member of what the Justice League would be. And we're going to build it around the main character, Superman."
So you talking about this DCEU now? You're comparing the MCU
Yeah,
to the
compare.
DCEU.
Yeah, yes.
All right,
DCEU said we're going to give you our A team, but we're going to build it around the first character, which they should have done. Superman. Everything extends from Superman. Even the
right.
fact that John Johns, the Martian, was there before him, we're
Mm-hmm.
saying no. It all starts with Superman. We have to give you a reason why. A lot of people got upset about him killing Zod at the end, but if you're telling me he has a no killing rule, you have to explain to me why. I understand he had morals that his father grew up with, but he actually had to kill somebody that was going to wipe out the people that he loves, which are
So
humans. Go ahead.
that's why I would give it to Marvel because you had DC to come with their heavy hitters, what was expected, and in my opinion, they didn't do it justice. Whereas you have Marvel, who I can understand the Fantastic Four just had a movie to come out and it flopped, multiple movies. So we're not even going to visit that territory. For them to be able to start fresh with the Avengers, a team that did come later, and to build that up, that's more of an accomplishment as opposed to DC, who went for
Not
what
to
they
me.
knew would work and still fucked it over.
They did. They did, bro. Okay, but this. The see, we're gonna get black, and now we're all the way in Marvel DC.
Come on,
Anyway,
come on.
no. No. Marvel always invests in B-list actors that were either in trouble or unknown before they took the roles. Who was
Mm-hmm.
Robert Downey Jr. before Iron Man? What, Gothica? That's what you got for me?
I don't know.
Drug arrest, alcohol issues, rehab. Oh,
What does
that
that
guy.
have? What does that have to do with the specific characters that they used?
Henry Cavill had an established resume before he was Superman. Ben Affleck had an Oscar before he took on Batman.
Mm-hmm.
Gal Gadot had already been in Fast and the Furious, and we knew who she was before she was Wonder Woman. They said we're going for heavy hitters that you recognize. That the fault, I don't give the fault is actually in them not believing in what they put out. Zack Snyder said, "Hey, I can at least put 5 or 6 movies together. It'll be 10 years, just like Marvel, and I'll reboot it so you can do whatever you want afterwards."
Yeah.
They were DC executives were so caught up in trying to catch up with Marvel that they didn't see what they had, which was a gold mine. They gave
So,
it to the person that had a visionary mind that did the 300 and also Watchmen, which are great movies with high rewatch value and stuck to the lore and as well as put in depictions of art from years ago. That guy that guy. You wait until there's a tragedy that stuck, waited until he needed a leave of absence when 80% of the movie was done. You brought in someone that completely undercut the entire movie, trying to give it the rewatch value of a Marvel movie, which was a terrible mistake. And then as soon as the movie came out and we didn't know what we were watching, you fired the guy that had the long-term plan. That's what I'm saying. I don't really give Marvel that much props because you put me on the C team. You gave me the C team. You gave me
but
peanut
for
butter and jelly and said, "Hey, yo, man, this is filet mignon right here." No, it's
bro,
peanut
what
butter and
about
jelly.
okay? Compare it to sports. If you can bring some nobodies in and make them some like a beast ass team or like go to a championship or something, that's more of an accomplishment than somebody who already had heavy
Is it?
hitters,
Is it
but
okay? All
didn't
right,
lead that team well enough to
basketball,
where
right? Basketball, right?
sure,
Okay, how
sure.
about this? Hey, man, you've seen the Slovenian team? Oh my God, they're so great. I mean, they're not playing. Are they playing against the world? No, no, no. They're playing. Are they against other Slovenian teams? It's all Europe right now. But oh my God, Slovenia can just ball. Oh my goodness. but United States is over there. That's real competition, right? I mean, but guys, like Slovenia is, they're doing their thing over here. America is over there though. They got heavy hitters. If you put them in the same category with Slovenia, Slovenia's it's a wrap. That's all I'm
Okay.
saying.
So you saying that to say what with Marvel and DC? Help me to understand the comparison.
I am saying Marvel took a C team, pushed it as an A team, and then rested on that.
And it
The
worked
that's
with
not
with with
I don't give you credit for
with
that. I
no
don't give you
name actors,
yeah.
according to you.
I don't that's playing it safe. I don't like you playing it safe. I say if you get that's playing it safe to me.
That's
You're absolutely
company
playing
companying and making it work. And make look, bro. Come on, bro.
I'm
All
like,
right,
no,
chat what
no,
y'all saying. This man is
no.
trying to compare DCEU to Marvel Phase 1, Phase 2, which was amazing. Taking no names and then boosting the team up after you said they already had some heavy hitters that would have brought in people with the Fantastic Four, but the Fantastic Four had just flopped. So why
No.
would they go back?
That is because
Why would
that
they instantly go
Marv
back to that?
Marvel's casting is like being the guy that's got it in the club, going after, when you're in the club, guys, when you sing on the club, you do what's called you pyramid, right? You dance with the one chick that's kind of like she's not that good looking, but she'll dance with you, right? Just so you can get some confidence because you only had one drink in. So you just, hey, haha, I'm fun, I'm fun. Then you build up to the girl that looks a little bit more attractive. So ultimately, you get to the girl that like, yo, I have to have my mad confidence and know exactly what I'm doing to dance with that girl to hopefully get that girl's number to hopefully take it from there. Marvel was like, no, 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 we're not gonna go like the bottom of the pyramid, but like just a step up. That might have a little something that you might know the name a little bit, but not necessarily know where you got to. Like, hey, you're that one chick in that one thing at that one place on that one show, right? Oh my God, you remember me? Yeah, come back here, come back here. And you know what? Like couch here, put them on the couch, sit you down, like, hey, we got the situation for you. We'll put you as an A team. But that's not really what you wanted. They have nothing else really going for them. Anthony Mackie, 8 Mile Mackie, really? Papa
Mhm.
Doc, Papa Doc. That's who. That's your cap. Is this your captain? That's your captain right there.
Bro, I hated him as Falcon. Like Falcon was a
See,
cool character, but I didn't like Anthony Mackie as Falcon. Look, I'm gonna
okay.
compare
I'm
it to
sorry.
this.
No, I'm
NBA
sorry.
Street, Hulk and Ed Norton are A tier,
That's fair. That's fair. No, no, I would see. And how long did he last? How long did he
but
last?
to
How
your
long?
point though,
The
to
best
your point
version.
though,
How long did
Mike,
he last?
to your point, a lot of people didn't watch Hulk. I guess you would say normies. I think fans actually liked that movie, but normies didn't like that movie. But Edward Norton was A-list celebrity. But you're right. How long
Yeah.
did it last? I was just reading an article about how She-Hulk was talking about throwing around bringing Edward Norton in for the finale, but because he doesn't play well with others, which to me it sounded like because Kevin Feige said they wanted people who were willing to collaborate and with all that type of shit, and that sounds like to me, and I'm probably making stuff up, but Edward Norton probably saw what they was going to do with his Hulk. It was like, oh hell nah, I'm not finna go from that beast ass Hulk to
This
this shit
bitch.
right here.
Right.
So I think that
Right.
yeah, I
No,
think
and
that's why he got out and they was like, all right, you're not with the
so
program.
I'll put it this. I will say the same thing that Terrence Howard said about him not being in Iron Man 2. Is the
Yeah.
same reason that Edward Norton was not in the Avengers. They wanted like they said that Robert Downey Jr. wanted more money.
Mm-hmm.
Terrence Howard was too expensive, so he had to go. So they brought in Don Cheadle, which is ironic because has more cachet than a Terrence Howard, except his character of War Machine gets no play at all. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Excuse me. Same thing
He
with
actually
Edward
get his
Norton,
ass
right?
paralyzed.
Right. Terrence
Yeah,
Howard be
shout out
like,
to
meh,
Sky.
right. Tony, you ain't got nothing for me, man. But on top of that, it's like, well, Edward Norton is, hey, he's actually a great actor. He would call you out his terrible acting, and he does a great job at actually becoming the character. But
Yeah.
again, I think he was too expensive. Marvel would rather have place him with Mark Ruffalo, the only thing I'd even heard he was in the cut, which was like an NC-17 movie. The only thing I'd heard about Mark Ruffalo being in before the Hulk. So the thing is again, and that's what I'm trying to say is with War Monkeys is that where is I'm sorry, damn, he
I
had
do
something on here
well while you
about it
find it,
being
I
Yeah.
do like that approach though, because the same like I was saying with Tim Allen and then the director hopping out of that Blade movie, I think of
Yeah.
more people, more actors, directors, more people actually working on this was like, no, there's a standard that we should be going
Yeah.
with. And if I'm not saying that, then I'm out. Fuck it.
I'm
I'm
out.
not going down
Right.
with the ship.
Right. Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. I know that X Men was part of their A team. I give it more of like a minus B team. And X Men
Yeah.
actually did work. It's just that they said, oh, let's keep making more Wolverine movies. They stopped making X Men movies. And to fix it, they had to go to the past. Then you had Days of Future Past. I think
Yeah.
it got too convoluted with the timeline, the time stream. They tried to clean things up, but I was out. After the third X Men movie, I was like, this doesn't make any sense anymore. So
Yeah.
you see what I mean?
No,
They
I
spent
hated the X-Men. I hated the X-Men movies. I love Nightcrawler. I liked his introduction in two, but he didn't really
it
do
was
shit
cool.
but teleport them inside the facility, and
Right.
he killed some humans. This
Right.
new Nightcrawler, I just saw a clip because you know you be getting on me about watching clips and shit, but I just watched the clip from the Apocalypse movie with Nightcrawler versus Archangel, and I was like, who the
Okay.
fuck is this kid with the blue streaks in his hair? I was like, bro, this is not my Nightcrawler. But that's
See?
bro, I'm too hard to please with this live action shit, so that's why
But
I
that's
can
that's good
easily
though.
say fuck it all because I'm just not seeing the characters that I'm not seeing it being portrayed like as I'm watching
Oh,
animation as a fucking
I'm
kid,
sorry. I don't mean to cut you off. Sci-Fi. That's an awesome idea.
and they'll
Just
be
do
able to
that.
fund other movies for years.
Yeah. That's all.
Oh,
World. So
yeah,
basically, world's finest is right.
is that Batman Superman?
Not just Batman, Superman. It's like Green Lantern, Flash,
Okay,
or Hawk and Dove, maybe, or even I'm thinking Black Canary and ooh, it's not Hellcat, but Black Canary, maybe Black Canary and Oliver Queen, Green
hell,
Arrow,
the Lord
like
started this
those folks.
conversation. Marvel versus DC.
S-
That's
Exactly,
gonna
sir.
that's gonna be
Thank
the
you,
talk
thank you.
forever in comics. So
Oh yeah,
this is nothing new to geeks
yeah.
who killing it.
Okay.
What was you
Thank you
saying?
for
What was you
Mike.
saying?
No, Mike had bad news. Okay, this is fair. To be fair, Phase One and Phase Two for Marvel, they didn't own the rights to Fantastic Four, X Men, or Spider Man. That time, all they had the rights were because the less characters they launched the MCU. Okay, I will
Right.
give you that.
So
I'll give you that.
you got to give them, I guess, more points, or for them to be able to take little to nothing. Now, I think Iron Man was not top tier superhero. I know the
No.
Incredible Hulk was, but they just kind of dismissed that movie altogether. I guess some people like Captain America. I didn't, but the point is to take these superheroes who were not your X-Men, who were not your Fantastic Four, who was not your Spider-Man, who was not your Hulk, and to build something up off of them. I'm thinking of it like, if did you play NBA Street?
Yeah, I love that game.
You play NBA Street and you take your created character, little stats, he ain't got shit, and then he going up against some real ballers, against NBA players, and you win. I'm like, that's more of an accomplishment than Lakers versus who was hot at the time, the Hawks or some shit, or Hornets or Celtics. You get what I'm saying? I don't really know sports like that too much,
I
but
guess I'm just saying that if I will say that fine for what rights they did have. Okay, maybe I'll give you that. Again, but not even again.
they worked
I
with
will
what
give
they
you
had.
that. With what they had, yes. The problem I had is the fact that licensing away those rights to begin with.
Hey, C4C.
Ooh,
I'm with you, bro. I'm
ooh,
my opinion, WB needs to put Ben 10
ooh,
in the DC universe. Bro, I thought
ooh,
Spawn was DC for a long ass time as a kid. Uh
ooh.
it's kind of off topic, but yeah, man, Ben 10, you know what? That can be the poll of the day. What's your death battle? What two
Yeah.
characters would you like to see go at it? Don't care what universe, what property. I'm going on record. I would love to see Ben 10 versus Beast Boy. Not no soft ass Beast Boy that we see. I'm talking about a mature Beast Boy. He has his healing factor because he can regenerate, going through all the animals, rewriting his DNA, healing himself, giving him the mythical, the alien creatures. Give him all of that going against Ben 10. I think you got a real fight on your hands. Let's go through the chat though before we get to our next point. But chat, y'all be thinking about that, bros.
You know
What is
what?
your what's your death battle?
Bro, you know what? It's gonna be weird.
What's up?
Nightcrawler versus Scorpion,
Scorpion? Who was Scorpion?
Mortal Kombat.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nightcrawler ain't got that killer instinct, bro. Nightcrawler ain't got that killer
Uh,
instinct. And then if Nightcrawler try to teleport and drop Scorpion, Scorpion just gonna go through a portal to hell on your ass and come out.
but he has the rapier though. He's got the rapier, which means and you know how to use it. So you know that death is. You have a weapon which you know that death is going to happen. Is an
Okay.
inevitability if you got that weapon on you. So
Okay.
I'm like, can you imagine him throwing it through a hell portal, coming back at him? Nightcrawler going out of hell, coming back to hell, bringing it back to him. Like,
Yeah.
poof, 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 poof.
Hey, that'll be dope.
That's
Them
what.
teleporting through their own little hells
Exactly. Like,
in their universe.
what version of hell do you go to?
Yeah. Hey,
Like,
that
oh, go ahead.
no, I was just saying that'll be dope. That'll be dope.
Yeah,
Dante
as an
versus Spawn.
some mutant of Jesus.
Exactly, bro. Exactly. Hey, bro, I think the Scorpion got it. Hold on, let me go through the chat. Then when we get to y'all, talking about this. I'm here in Cali in the Valley, and none of this racism shade is anywhere. It's infuriating. Everyone anywhere I go gets along just fine. I'm pretty sure that's most people's interaction with regular day-to-day life. We don't run into none of these issues. It's just people can say whatever they want online, and especially when you don't have people that's from that area, somebody can say anything about this group of people, and some people would believe it. Hell, I thought Texas, a lot of people rode horses. I'm not gonna say everybody, but I thought I would see somebody riding on a goddamn horse every day. Could be my own ignorance or whatever, but still, people can believe narrative spewed about other people. Only exists online. Yep, that's what I was just saying. Inside facts. Jimmy T, what up, bro? Yo, man, just have some geek conversation, some geek talk. Man, we got 16 people up in here, man. Thank y'all for being up in here. Y'all done came in on the on a good part of the conversation. It's obviously a remake of Rocky 3. Que paso, Negros? Ooh, what is this ooh UWU? Tell me about that Arnold Lopez. He said, "What up, blacks?" I ain't mad at you, bro. We see skin
Negroes.
color. We ain't mad at it. My black homies, my Mexican homies, my white homies, my Asian homies. Who else? Am I missing anybody? My Native American homies. All them colors coming together, man. That shit beautiful. Seems are mixing three main plot with Rocky 5 and the Atomic character as the antagonist. Y'all talking about that Creed. If I'm having someone helping me move, I'm going for the big powerlifting guy. Understandable, but
See?
that's just big ass arm. You don't care about the toneness or whether or not this dude got abs. Like somebody coming to move in your house, you like, nah, bro, pull your shirt up. Let me see what your core looking like, son.
See?
Nah.
See?
Jimmy, you tripping? What y'all tripping at? We are mules in the South. I guess we talking about the bodies. Just remember
Yeah.
that all these weirdos that talk about toxic masculinity are the same people that are drooling over
Yep.
Jonathan for his
Hell yeah.
masculinity is hilarious. Hey, Jessica Gal was bitching about toxic males and all that, but buff dude with the beautiful eyes that want to talk about her and buy some food, she was all for it. She dropped them draws real quick. They want the toxic males. DC, I think, needs to embrace R rating and
Yes.
just go for it. It might take a few to build steam, but if they do it right, it'll crush Marvel. I would say that my personal issue with DC as opposed to Marvel was the more darker content, which is probably the reason I was gravitated more towards Marvel. But that's just me
Mhm.
personally. I wouldn't want them to change for me. I do think DC might need to lean into that, but also build up a universe to where you do have characters that are handling more lighter
So, well,
stories.
so I will say this. I think that your way to do that, your entry into that, would have been your Justice League Dark. Only problem is Swamp Thing was great, especially getting James Wan, who did Aquaman, to do it, was great, but they canceled it like halfway through the first season.
Hold
And
on.
go ahead.
So
Go ahead.
so so you don't want Marvel to pull a lesser known team, but you're saying Justice
No,
League
no, no,
can
no.
get
Oh
away
no,
with Justice
don't.
League Dark?
No. I'm saying
Okay,
if you're
okay,
trying to embrace the hard R of what you're doing, the
okay,
only way I see you doing that is if you do Justice League Dark, because
okay.
Constantine was already rated R. Swamp
Mm-hmm.
Thing, directed by James Wan, would have been rated R because he's done It and Aquaman, so he knows how to do horror and undo superheroes. So you have to do R there. They just canceled Zatanna, which I was actually looking forward to because that
Mm-hmm.
is a legacy character because her father was Zatara. Now he's retired. She's actually Zatanna. She actually goes around the world doing magic shows. But the trick is she actually does magic. So you've got
Mm-hmm.
sorcery in there because you've got sorcery that would link her to Wonder Woman with Themyscira because of magic. And you have that. You have Constantine. You've got Swamp Thing. You've got Detective Chimp, who's that I'd be cool with Detective Chimp. Man Bat will be in there too. That's kind of a horror on its own. It writes itself. If you want to
Okay.
go hard R on it, then that's your way to go. The only problem is they don't seem to know what direction they want to use that for. And instead of having their own version of a monster squad, they'd rather just keep putting out what they know is going to actually work instead of saying, well, hey, you have a larger roster than Marvel when it comes to characters that you can use on spin-offs. And you're not using them. Those are your hard R movies. That's a whole line of horror
Yeah.
and magic and sci-fi that you can use that you're not utilizing. Marvel was saying we'll work with what we have, but we're only going to put out the best of what we have because they know She-Hulk can't be a movie by itself. They know Ironheart is not going to probably do that well by itself. You see what I'm saying?
I got you. I got you. Yeah, but I've said that with current Marvel and with DC. Period. I don't think everybody's on the same page. I don't think there's no real plan. Um, to really build a great comic book movie or cinematic universe, which is not just theatrical releases but as well as streaming services. So giving some more life, breathing life into Disney Plus and HBO Max.
Agreed.
Yeah, not even the animated universe that I was talking about. You can have your weird live action bullshit, but you know, they both have they both have the foundation and everything already laid out for them. It's just
Right.
those egos, those directors. How do I tell my story? What do I want to do with these characters, as opposed to how can I make these characters work within
Well,
this world?
hold on, Jimmy T. If we're doing Homelander versus Superman, I mean, are we doing this on our planet Earth? Because Superman wins that to me.
Mm,
Because Homeland, go ahead. You don't watch The Boys, do you?
no, yeah, I'm about to say I don't know Homeland. I
Yeah,
can't
because
contribute to that one.
Starlight gave Homelander problems when she had a light source. And if you're telling me that Superman is going to be on Earth with the yellow sun, this isn't no contest. Homelander gets his head blown right off, man. That's an
Mm.
uppercut, and that's his head missing. Because he had like that's a fatality, bro.
All right. All right, we can go back through Hell the Lord. BVS was better than Civil War in my opinion.
It was. It was.
I'm
It
going to
was.
hard disagree, but I didn't see the movie, so y'all can take my opinion with
You
a
need
grain
to
of salt.
stop doing that.
Bro, fuck that movie.
Oh,
C4C agreed from Arnold Lopez. I also think the Iron Giant should be added into the Superman family. Arnold, you a goddamn fool. You just like to troll and be funny.
no. I forget how it works, but I think he is. It's a weird. I think it's WB owned. So
The
it's
Iron
a.
Giant.
Yeah, I think so.
Agreed,
Okay.
but how is he in the Superman family? How does that work?
I forget. I think he watches Superman. I don't know how it works, but I
He
know that there's
knows of
a relationship.
Superman.
I think there's a relationship there. I forget
Why
what it
is
is.
why is he in the Superman family?
Bro, we threw this
It-
out there. We can't.
he's-
We took the genie out of the bottle. We can't put him back in.
all right, bro. All right. No, it's because he didn't say Superman versus the Iron Giant. He said add it into the Superman family. Like this is an actual
I'm okay with that.
super.
I'm okay with that.
Okay, all
I'm
right.
okay with that. I'm okay with
Hey, it
that.
could work. It could work. Hell, what up, Dempsey? What up, Dempsey? Hell, AJ and Ego. I hope that you are having a good morning, bro. We having a great morning. We here talking
Dude,
about geek shit with y'all, bro. It's good. It's good. Side facts: you can only take people getting hit with fire and lightning and surviving for so long. Uh, yeah, bro. Was that him talking about your scorpion with the Nightcrawler shit? By the way, I saw Black Adam, enjoyed it a lot. It was a fun superhero
I
movie.
heard it was
Hey,
good. Exhibitor told me about it. Yes, he saw it yesterday. He said he's actually interested in going to see it next week when he comes to visit. So I'm gonna go see it.
Hail the Lord. The issue is DC was trying to catch up with Marvel. They should have waited until Endgame came out and then started the DC universe, in my opinion.
Ooh, would have been
Yeah,
better.
I can agree
Yeah,
with you on that. Just,
that's
just
fair.
wait it out, just chill, get your plan together, and come out swinging. as opposed to just trying to pump shit
That's
out
fair.
to keep up with them.
And if you look at the critical drinkers, pretty much is the anatomy of the DCEU being kind of DOA. He talks about that. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, he actually goes into the context of what WB thought they were trying to do when they started getting Zack Snyder involved and started putting in Henry Cavill and spinning that off. So I mean, it kind of is the anatomy of a failed launch. But I think they're right about saying hey, they should have just waited until after Endgame and then came out with it on their own.
Yeah. I think Endgame was only as hot as it was just because Infinity War, just because of how it ended. It had people
Right.
thinking that they needed to see Endgame, but yeah, Endgame was
You
fucking
kind of,
trash.
you felt
Uh
like it was more like getting closure. I think that was the main thing.
yeah,
We just get it's the conclusion of 10 years of an
tra-
investment, and you're like,
trash
it's just
nonetheless.
it's okay. All I'm saying is the reasons for going in wasn't so I can see a masterpiece. Like, hey, I just want to know it's closure. It's over. That was a great run. Thank you for giving me something. It started out great in the end. We kind of had it was kind of choppy, but you ended it on the best note that you could with what you have.
Bro,
Farewell.
I feel you. I get it in their props, but I hated it most of it just because of the fucking Hulk. Like they purposely took him out of Civil War because they knew he was gonna be a fucking problem. Just shit like that didn't make no sense. But Marvel gay as fuck. Arno, you wild, bro. You stay in the chat. I'm gonna keep going off on you, bro. Marvel is the shit. Jimmy laughing. They need stuff like Superman being truly inspiring and stuff like Suicide Squad being brutal and just hit both sides. Agreed.
Yeah,
Agreed. Keep your
definitely.
characters where they need to be
Yeah,
or best fits like the ratings instead of like you see with Daredevil, how they watered him down for She-Hulk, or like I don't know, like Deadpool. I haven't seen a Deadpool that I want to see. Something else I thought about why I don't like Hugh Jackman's Wolverine is because
why
people
not?
are so human, and every time I see Wolverine, he's like more feral, more animalistic. Like
He's
he'll
a
pull them claws out, and then he go down into a squat. You know what I'm saying? Real low to the ground, and he's actually very agile. I don't see like that. You just see Hugh Jackman walking around. I might jump on you, put some claws into you, or slash slash slash. I didn't see the
yeah.
feralness. I didn't see Wolverine. So
Mm,
this is the type of
I
stuff
ju-
I'd be looking at with these live actions.
I will say for me, it's the lack of being over 250 years old, knowing how to have tact. There's no stealth.
I disagree. Because even
I
Sabretooth would get on Wolverine a lot of the time for not leaning into his animalistic nature.
That's just holding back. The only problem is there's no plan. Like you're telling me that as old as he is, he jumping at Magneto like, ha! I'm a big ass magnet. Buff.
Yeah, fucking
Like those.
terrible.
Right. That's what I'm saying. There's no. If you're telling me he's that old,
Yeah.
then oh damn, like I'm a big ass magnet. You know what? Let me figure out a way to either be aground so that I don't get magnetized and pulled apart
Mm-hmm.
before I decide to jump in and join the fray. That's it.
Uh, Dempsey, DC animations are superior. Marvel used to have superior live action.
Good
Agreed.
call.
And something we've been talking about when we did talk about the Deadpool 3 announcement, I didn't think about that Hulk versus movie. Have you seen the animated Hulk versus movie, Hulk versus Wolverine,
I think so. It was a long time ago though.
where Weapon X had went after the Hulk and Wolverine. So then the Hulk and Wolverine had to escape. That was a dope movie. And that does also make me think, okay, what is Deadpool 3 going to be
Gonna
about?
look like right.
Yeah, what that's gonna look like.
I think it's
Because
going to
yeah,
be Deadpool versus Wolverine for half the movie. They figure out that they're being tricked by some mutual foe, and then they go after him together.
and they formed the X Force.
Yeah, I think that's it.
Also lower the budgets to force them to be creative.
Mm-hmm.
So the Superman
Oh,
or Hulk win in the fight, I'll give it to Superman.
Superman. Oh, did you
Yeah,
ever watch the YouTube video on that? Someone made
yeah,
like a 5-part. Yeah, it was awesome. I still give it to Superman though.
I give it to Superman. I've seen the Hulk get his ass whooped and depowered and all that shit too many times. And Superman is just sitting there just soaking up them rays of the sun. So yeah, fuck that. And I love the Hulk. Fantastic Four didn't flop. Fantastic flop. It failed because it wasn't actually Fantastic Four. I get you, Dempsey. I think the first one did good. The second one did. I don't know. I don't
It
know.
was hard. It was
And
hard to
terrible writing.
explain
Yeah.
the silver. It was hard to explain the Silver Surfer and Galactus when you made
Yeah.
everything street level at the beginning. That's why you had to bring back Doctor Doom
And then
because
Galactus
you
just being a big ass like hole when
right.
fans
He's
was like,
yeah
oh, "Where's the big ass man walking around in the cosmos?" So
right
it's shit
right.
like that. I think just, but yeah, that fantastic movie, which I still have not even seen, I will not see.
Refuse.
The Avengers are a more recognizable name to a wider audience to them, so that's what they did. Plus, at first, they had a plan for what they was doing. Agreed, and then also by them not even being the first Avengers. So I think they just came in. This is the MCU adaptation. These
Right,
are our Avengers. So
bro.
I get them props.
It's within the Marvel universe, bro. Did I forget to tell you that they actually have a casting for Colonel Ross for Red Hulk?
Yeah.
Okay, Harrison
Indiana
Ford.
Jones.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
did not know. I just heard about that. I was like, "What do you think? What did you think? What do you think about that?" Because William Hurt's dead, so you can't have him be General Ross.
I think it should have been him.
Okay.
He would have died, and then you give it
Okay.
to Sam Elliott
Oh wow. Okay.
because he wasn't he General Ross in the Eric Bana movie?
I think so. Let me double check on here for Sam Elliott.
I think Sam Elliott though. That's what I think. Exactly, it worked.
Oh,
Meaning it was a
yeah.
good
Okay.
investment instead of paying actors that charges much more for the roles. Agreed. They worked with what they had. Yeah, I think Sam
Mm-hmm.
Elliott in it. In this William,
He was. He
Indiana
was.
Jones dude. Like
Yeah, he was.
because also Sam Elliott old as fuck too, but
Mm-hmm.
because you got these old dudes, it's like what really are they going to be doing in these movies? You know what I'm saying? As
Uh,
far as like the action type
well, I mean,
stuff,
Samuel L. Jackson was pretty old when he took on the role of Nick Fury. It didn't take
he
away
don't.
from him having an action scene or two.
I don't even remember his action besides maybe what.
Captain America 2, just in 2.
Okay, okay, but nah, bro, I don't know. And then Red Hulk gonna be CGI for most of the fucking movie
Right,
anyway.
right.
Uh, it's just I don't see the Indiana Jones dude Harrison Ford. I don't see him with
He's
the
80 years
energy.
old. I don't either.
Yeah, I don't see him with the energy of a Red
Yeah,
Hulk.
right. Are we not going to forget that for 10 straight years he was the same character? Even Family Guy made a joke about it. Give me back my family. Psh, give me back my family. Psh. He was that guy. So I don't know what you're going to have him at nearly 80 years old playing a General Ross. Like he looks too old to play
Yeah,
that character for me. He's barely old enough now to play Indiana Jones.
yeah,
And then he hurt. I think he hurt himself on the set of Indiana Jones 5. Like no, like you don't need. Sit down, pop pop. Sit down, please.
yeah.
Like
And
get someone a little that's older, but just not 75.
and Mark Ruffalo's forgettable sulk. I don't see him fighting anybody. Like you remember in She Hulk that just happened, and you see Abomination big ass, and then a little tiny little Hulk, and then they just swatting at each other, and then like just cut away like that never
I was
happened.
like, no. I was like, no, 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 no. I was like, wait, this
Yeah,
no, he's not that big for not being Abomination for that long.
yeah.
I was like, no,
So
stop that.
yeah, I don't give a fuck about none of that shit.
So, yeah, that was
Uh,
a delightful segue we've had, guys. Thank you, guys.
yeah, I think in She Hulk, in a perfect show of She Hulk, um, you would have had you would have had Red Hulk be introduced, but he would have been Ross, like he did in the comic book. He was Ross, but then that was like a robot, like an AI that he had,
Mm-hmm.
acting like it was him while he was doing Red Hulk shit, taking out heroes. So
Fair.
I think he would have went to Abomination's retreat, beat the hell out of him, told him like, "Hey, bro, get your shit together. I got a mission for
Mm-hmm.
you. Do what I say, or I'm gonna kill you
Yeah.
right now." Uh, because Red Hulk also drains gamma. He drains energy. So he could have been
Mm-hmm.
sucking the life from Abomination. Abomination, be like,
That'd been
okay,
awesome.
that shit he did to the She Hulk. Okay, okay, all right, calm down. He'd be like, all right, calm down. I guess, all right, General, or Red Hulk, whatever. And then yeah, turn him savage. Then that's how you get Abomination back to being a villain. Now he's
Yeah.
working for Red
Ross.
Hulk, but he's not right. But he's not giving up his identity. have him
Exactly.
going crazy. Then you would have had to have She-Hulk get her shit together.
Mm-hmm.
Have Hulk start to get pissed, get more savage, and not Mark Ruffalo's Hulk, not Gorilla Hulk in early MCU either, not him.
Mm-mm.
Edward Norton's Hulk.
Yeah.
Um, I don't think Red She-Hulk should be introduced. I think that'd be too much
No, that's
for
too
that one
much.
show. Yeah.
Too much.
But that's how you could have had that whole thing going on. And then
Exactly.
shit, bring A Bomb later on in the next phase of the MCU or whatever. You know, that's A
Agreed.
Bomb and yeah.
Agreed.
Winter Soldier was my favorite. Yeah, we got a lot of comments. I'm gonna breeze through these and then because we haven't even got to our second topic. All right. Let
Right.
me breeze through these. Winter Soldier was my favorite. X-Men is my team. There's something about DC Superman alone. Has so much lore and being one of the first most iconic superheroes. Yeah, agreed. I think all these superheroes have decades worth of stories that they could have been adapting before they just sped to what the shit we got now. The Avengers are big now, but DC dropped the ball with having Batman and Superman. When Marvel was most known for Spider-Man, now it's probably switched. Uh, Sony was just killing it with Spider-Man movies. So that was my issue with Tom Holland Spider-Man. You give me this little fucking kid that's only Spider-Man in name, but not only
Right.
that, the events that you're portraying, he's an adult, he's competent. But you just make him a
Right.
little dumb kid that just Iron Boy. So fuck that. Doesn't play well with others, meaning that Edward Norton wanted a good script. Exactly. I also saw that he wanted to
Yeah.
rewrite some shit.
Yep. Yep.
But
Yep.
Kevin Feige was like, "No, man, I can't, man. The women told me." Can you imagine Edward's Hulk with Robert's Iron Man? That would have been a beast. And Edward Norton's Hulk, because of him already showing that control, it would have been an easy transition into the Planet Hulk storyline because he was already showing that competence. He had that fit, that toned body, not just a hulking monster. So they already had the foundation for a great Hulk. Now they're trying to backtrack, talking about some, oh yeah, Hulk has some sex. Here goes his son Scar. Everybody was like, well, how'd that happen? Who was he fucking? So now they got to go back and try to figure all this shit out.
Mm-mm.
So nah,
He
I
did.
like
He
a
ditched what you call it. He ditched Black Widow so fast. He's like, no, I can't have kids, but I'm gonna have a kid over
right.
here.
That's something else. So Betty Ross is his love interest, but they just passed it on to Scarlet
Mm-hmm.
Witch. But if you would have introduced Betty Ross, then we could have
No,
had a
Black
red
Black Black
She-Hulk.
Widow. Black Widow.
Who did I say? Scarlet
You
Witch.
said,
Yeah.
yeah, Black Widow. Yeah. Go ahead.
Y'all know what I meant. I like a lot more Marvel characters than DC ones, but for me, the Trinity of Superman, Batman, and Wonder Woman are the best of the best and my absolute favorite characters.
Fair
I
point.
can't even argue with you there. I feel like DC has those characters to where you can point out the big three. I can't figure out a big three in Marvel to build other characters around. It's more so teams in Marvel that you would, with some
Right.
exceptions, but yeah.
They're usually
Um,
teams.
yeah. Ruffalo was good in Avengers 1 and 2, but after that he was awful. Norton is better in every way. Bro, I didn't like him at all. I didn't like because they had Hulk puss out. He was trying to pick up that hammer. It was like, oh, it was just too goddamn big. He couldn't pick it up. And then what Thor do? Grab that big ass hammer, then hit
Now you
Hulk
yeeted him.
ass.
You yeeted him.
What he do
Yeah.
on in Thor Ragnarok? Whoop Hulk ass. What Hulk do in the movie? He punched the big ass little alien thing, but and he slammed Loki around. That's what he did. Didn't
That's
beat the fuck
hilarious.
out the boy. Didn't swell him up. Didn't do none of that. Loki was just sitting there, perfect, fair skin, still intact, just like, oh shit, that was Hulk power. That was it. Reed, Xavier, and Stark are the big three. Okay,
I
you
guess
say
it's
that, but then how do they treat they big three with the Illuminati and with the Scarlet Witch movie?
yeah.
So it's
Good
like I feel
call.
you. They got some
Exactly.
Titans, but look how they disrespected them.
Expected them. Yes.
And also the Hulk went against the Illuminati, not Scarlet Witch, to my knowledge. But that would have been the World War Hulk movie that they trying to hype y'all up for now. It's like no
Exactly.
opportunity missed, bro.
Exactly.
Just do a good adaptation. Oh, you said that. Ruffalo was
Mm-hmm.
always garbage. Agreed. To be
Agreed.
fair, phase one. Yep, you said that already. Like I said, Deadpool is more X-Men than X-Men movies. It's like I said before, the Deadpool is more X-Men than X-Men movies. Yeah. And then they tried to introduce what Colossus and that little Titan. I mean that little mutant girl. But anyway. Marvel Bright versus DC Dark. That's what it is.
It is.
Captain America was B tier. I don't know, man. If you have Jordan on the bench, you fucked up.
Yeah.
Ben 10 wins. Yeah, I do feel like Ben 10 would beat Beast Boy, but because I want to see Beast Boy get more respect, I would love to see him go up against Ben 10. Now Ben 10 has that whole thing to where if he's about to die, the watch rewrites his DNA to where he doesn't. And I think you can bullshit something like that with Beast Boy, especially with that's why I said the supernatural
Hmm.
creatures at his disposal. Just give him a good bestiary of a lot of fucking creatures that can, he turned to a phoenix. Oh, I'm dead, but I come from the ashes, back on your ass. Static Shock needs his time. Yep. Yugi versus Ash. Come on now, Yugi winning that hands down. Yugi's winning that. Ash ain't shit. Dante versus Spawn. I'm gonna give it to, bro. I played Devil May Cry. I didn't read a lot of Spawn, so just because of my emotional investment in Dante, I'm gonna give it to him.
I don't know, man. Spawn beat God and the devil.
Man, I
I know,
know.
I know. But keep going, though. Keep going, keep going.
Batman versus Black Panther. That death battle was nice. Black Panther won that one. I fucks with death battle because they had Batman versus Spider-Man too, and Spider-Man won. Woo-hoo.
Okay, that's fair.
Woo-hoo. Ronan the Accuser versus Abomination.
Abomination. All
I'm
right,
gonna give it to Abomination.
abomination.
What up,
Yeah.
Kalen? What up, Kalen? I'm gonna give it. Yeah, I'm gonna give it to Abomination. I don't know shit about Ronan the Accuser, but because I know Abomination, and
Mm-hmm.
especially we talking about movies, the destruction and evilness that he was in 2008's Hulk, the Incredible Hulk. Like, oh yeah, Vixen
Yeah.
versus Lady Tsunade. I'm gonna give it to Lady Tsunade.
Okay. There's that one.
That's from Naruto. Selena versus Blade. Who is
Ooh.
Selena? Selena Kyle?
I think.
I don't know
No.
what Selena you talking about here, the lore. Uwu is anime bullshit. See, I'm not even into anime like that. I watch a few, but not a whole lot. Wonder
Right.
Woman versus Red Sonia. Ooh, is a
Yes.
cute, funny face. I don't know. Get out of here with all that shit. Hey, Abomination, met you last night on Cannoli's podcast. I saw you too, Olivia. I saw you subscribe. Thank you, Cannoli, if you still up in here, bro. Yeah, man, I had you on. I was just watching stuff with the wife. You know how they like to have your attention fully on what they got going on. So I had you playing though, bro. When we
He
had a little
said,
commercial or something, then I turn you up. What they talking about?
"Oh, so Hail the Lord was saying Selena's from Underworld, so that version versus Blade. That would
Versus
be a good one."
Blade? Ah, Blade.
Yeah,
Blade.
Blade. Blade still. What? I
Yeah.
don't know, man. She's got. Did Blade have the same guns?
What do you
Do you know what I'm
mean?
saying?
With like the
Like where his
little
guns?
silver type of stuff in them?
Yeah.
I'm just gonna assume Blade does that. He's like Van Helsing, like he fights more than just vampires. So
I'll give Blade because he's got probably better hand to hand combat skills. That's probably the only thing I'll give him over Selena. But if we're doing for like marksmanship, I got Selena. So it
right,
depends on which one Yeah.
and then the whole daytime aspect.
Yeah. Ah, fair. All right. Go.
Yeah, so it's like shit. If they fighting over into the morning, her ass, she ain't gonna be fighting no more. She gonna be trying to find some shade. DC needs to just do standalone movies. Not everything needs to be connected. DC is better dark with the hint of light characters like Shazam, Blue Beetle, and others. I hated that Shazam movie, but I feel you. Same. I wanted Zatanna also.
Yep.
She was bad. She was bad in body
Yeah.
and with the with the powers, with the magic.
Mhm.
Dead Man. What about Dead Man? Constantine is the easiest hard. Or you was talking about those
Yeah.
Justice League Dark characters.
Deadman. Yeah, Deadman wasn't under Justice League Darker. He was a part of that kind of
Yeah,
universe too.
yeah. I like those animated movies. To Just
Hmm.
League Dark and Apocalypse War. Yes, Marvel saw massive success with Guardians, and it seemed they thought they could just grab random characters and it'll be a hit. Agreed. That was something else. Guardians worked out. I just like to connect the universes. It makes movies that would be okay into playing bad through messing up continuity through their own previous movies. Agreed, agreed. But they the ones who took on this whole we're gonna connect everything. So when you do that, you got to take everything to come with it. Uh Superman destroys Homelander. Homelander would get bodied
Yep.
by Omni-Man. I don't know if Homelander can survive space, so Superman could just throw him off planet. Marvel should have started everything off with Spider-Man and then grown from there. I mean it, AJ. You can write him in place of the Golden Age timeline
It's about the robot. Yeah.
or Silver Age. Hey, I feel you, especially with him acknowledging Superman. I'm like, it could make sense. And then I feel you with him taking on Connor as well, trying to be that role model, that mentor for somebody that's kind of like thrown into the world, somebody real naive. I can see that working. Ooh, and then Lex Luthor tried to get a hold of him and then make a Luthor
Hmm.
Iron Giant. And then
Yeah.
he's like,
See,
no,
righteous son.
Superman. Actually, Nightcrawler would win. He can against Scorpion because Nightcrawler could teleport out of the MCU, so he could easily just drop Scorpion ass out of existence. Nightcrawler don't break no fourth walls, man. What you talking about? Endgame had cool moments, but Infinity War was epic. Endgame was trash. Agree. Endgame was just garbage. Yeah, let's shit on Endgame. The Wolverine origin movie should have just stayed with he wars with the war. I don't know. I like that Sabretooth though in the X-Men Origins Wolverine. It would be smart if Marvel said, you know what, if they came out with some shorter movies and just said like this character origin, this character origin, this character origin, to just throw them out there for everybody. It's like, all right, now you know the characters. Now let's start
I
doing
think
some
to
stuff
them that's what they're doing now. I think that's what
with
they think
DC.
they're doing now.
With DC or Marvel?
Marvel.
Uh,
Were you talking about DC or were you talking about Marvel when you said that?
well, he was talking about the Wolverine movie. It would be smarter Marvel
Right.
said we'll get
I
ready
know,
for.
but what you're saying about origins, that stuff that you said, I think Marvel thinks that they're doing that now with this phase.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Okay.
So even then that's not panning out.
The animated Planet Hulk is good too. Yeah, that was amazing. And also how the adaptations could have worked was because in the comic you had Silver Surfer. For the animated movie, he was changed to be Beta Ray Bill. He wasn't introduced in the MCU, but you had Thor. So it's like that change would have made sense to be it focused on Hulk's movie, but have Thor in there along for the ride, as opposed to making it Thor's movie. I don't give a damn about rights. They can get around that shit. There's probably a 5 to 7 minute compilation of the best moments of Endgame, and it's better than the movie. Don't feel bad about not seeing Pat Text, even his director didn't want to watch it. I just finished She-Hulk, and to be frank, it's the best thing I watched. Outlaw, stop trolling, bro. Stop.
They were joking.
We don't need
We
to
got
plan that into the
we
future.
got we get to the next topic, man.
That's a unique way of saying you're being held captive. Yeah, look, you had to be trolling Outlaw. He wild. Weapon Hulk with the adamantium. I think that's too later on for them to be trying to adapt some shit like that now. Greetings, everyone. What up, bro? What up? But Ragnarok ruined that shit. Agreed. Agreed. If you have Beast Boy after the Trigon arc, he can turn into the demons from exactly. Give him the supernatural creatures and the aliens. Beast Boy is a goddamn beast. He's an army on his own. I don't know. Ash might be immortal. He doesn't age or die from random stuff. His ass gonna die if his you get an Exodia or that dark magician on his ass or any of that. Any of that. All right, y'all. All right. Cause we got to get to our next goddamn topic.
Yeah.
Blade beat the vampire blood god in hand-to-hand combat. Yeah, I think Blade got more battle experience. She's 1,000 years older though, so she would have more experience in every way. Nah, she had trouble with fucking with werewolves, which power to my people, but still, these was just big dogs running around giving her hell. I met the war sequence during the opening credits and Wolverine Origins. Marvel new movies and shows just not working for me. Hopefully, X-Men 97 is decent. Jimmy, no, it's gonna be woke bullshit. Jubilee is not the
I heard
focus.
about
She
this.
done had her time. They got to move on to the next female. Miss Marvel has been introduced as the first mutant, so that's going to be the gateway character into all of the X-Men. She's going to be the new mutant to come about. Shit's gonna be trash. Shit's gonna be trash. And I can definitely see them making her into the animated version because that's what they're doing with the Spider-Man series. He's gonna be animated, so it's not like they can't switch art styles from live action to animated. Almost at the end, Marvel after Endgame should have brought things back to street level and built back up the cosmic. Agreed. I've said this before. We don't get like a villain of the week, or we don't really see a rogues gallery from these heroes. It's just beat this big bad with all these stakes, and then yeah. Agreed, Dempsey. Blue eyes, white dragon, destroy goddamn Pikachu. Like, get this man the Thunderstone. Goddamn. Edwards Hulk versus Hugh Jackman's Wolverine movie, $1 billion. So you could have had yeah, like with that Hulk versus shit. Have him fighting Thor, have him fighting Wolverine, and then introduce all that. Goddamn. All right, we at the end. Y'all some
All right.
y'all some
All right.
psychos. Y'all crazy. I appreciate it though. Going back and forth with the chat, y'all adding to the conversation. 19 people that's up in here. Glad y'all up in here.
Hey,
Hit the like,
thank you.
share, do all that good stuff. Make the algorithm work in our favor. All right, let's get to the next point. That shit took a long time. Let me exit this out. Cause all right, now I told y'all before this episode is supposed to we got some real black ass topics that we talking about, and we haven't even gotten into House of the Dragon. I'm talking ego, and then rest of the chat. So this is the next topic we had. Again, it's Saturday morning. Y'all spending the night. We waking up. We got cereal. We got drugs. It's
Hey,
family. The homies over. So y'all homies, let me know. We flipping through the channels. Do y'all want to watch this? Do y'all do y'all
word.
want to watch Black Panther recast controversy addressed by M'Baku's Winston Duke? Or y'all want me change the channel to we get on House of the Dragon?
That's actually that's the next question we're leaving for y'all.
That's
We
a
doing
question.
Wakanda. We doing Wakanda forever. Y'all wants to jump in the House of the Dragon.
Uh,
Both are gonna be
Arno.
both are Negro moments. Yes,
Yes.
exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. Thank you, thank you. Right on time with it. Thank you, sir.
So all right, y'all. I'm gonna speed through this. Cause y'all okay, do stuff you like, not stuff you dislike. I guess you talking about
Agreed.
the comments. Okay, I feel you, Dempsey. So we both agree, like, fuck. Okay, Mike has bad news said Wakanda. He want to talk about it. Flaccid Phoenix, what up, bro? Recast AJ. Don't recast me. You can't recast me, son. It's only me. Flaccid, where you been at, man? I hope them classes ain't kicking your ass. I
Good
need to
luck
see
with
you
those, man.
streaming. I need to hear the Phoenixes being wild on the stream, man.
We missing that.
But Miss Marvel not born in the 90s. Well, this is 97. Look, Marvel don't know. Ain't nobody gonna ask those questions. Neither not interested in any of them. LOL. Oh, Jim, you not interested in Black Panther? Come on, bro. I gotta talk to you. Let's talk about that. Uh, now I'm at Gator's wedding. Oh, bro, you need to be paying attention. You need to be. Was you the best
Hey,
man? I know you the best man. You need to be wishing him well wishes and making sure nothing going crazy and at the wedding. Nope. He said nope. He said he don't even want to talk about it. I feel you. I
nope.
feel you. All right, y'all. Yeah, tell Gator congrats. Dempsey said
Yeah.
congrats.
Congrats.
This man sharing his life with a woman. I hope all the weird gay shit y'all say, but to each his own. Hey, it could be a man. I know Gators. They straight though. I'm just playing, y'all. They just wild. All right, fuck it. Wakanda forever. So the point of me bringing this up is how I was saying with the Caleb McLaughlin dude, or how it seems like they have black people in these positions of powers where they can like be manipulated or be fed information to go and say whatever narrative they need them to say, especially to deflect criticisms. Uh, this dude, M'Baku, Winston Duke, he was asked about the recasting of T'Challa, how he felt about that. Let me get into it. Black Panther Wakanda Forever is nearly here, and fans will finally get answers to some pretty pressing MCU questions. Paramount of those in the lead up to the sequel has been how Marvel Studios would deal with the passing of Black Panther, star Chadwick Boseman. While now it is known that another character will take over the Black Panther mantle from Boseman's T'Challa, that was not always the assumed strategy that Marvel would take. The strategy that they was gonna take was you was gonna see another Black Panther movie, but he was gonna give this shit to Shuri in the very next movie. And yeah,
Oh
this
yeah.
just sped it up for them.
Yeah.
For a while, some believed that the best plan of action for the franchise was to recast the role. Some of us still do. However, Marvel has made it very clear that it just felt like it was much too soon to bring in another actor to portray the character. Wakanda Forever star have also been vocal on the subject of potential recast, with many saying now is not the time. Winston Duke. Speaking on the Jameel Hill is Unbothered podcast via comic book, Black Panther Wakanda Forever actor Winston Duke broke down his thoughts on the idea of Marvel Studios recasting T'Challa after the passing of Chadwick Boseman. Duke said that T'Challa is Chadwick's role, noting that Black Panther was heavily defined by the actor that did it. What does he mean? I think for this iteration of Black Panther, it's very hard for me to really comment on something like that because I'm of the mind that this is Chadwick's role. Chadwick created this, and Black Panther wouldn't be the same without Chadwick Boseman, who stood for the things that he stood for. When you cast a person, you're also casting their experiences, you're casting their politics, you're casting their all of these things. Black Panther was heavily defined by the actor that did it, in my opinion. The M'Baku actor did keep the door open to the idea down the line, though, making mention of multiple dimensions and possible reimaginations being toyed around within the MCU. He remarked on the level of trust that audiences should all have for a comic book world, alluding to the idea of a different version of T'Challa hitting the screen sometime down the line. That's terrible because he's saying y'all need to trust in this comic book shit because I guess to him, all of his fictional, his fantasy, multiple dimensions, we can get away with anything. So you'll get your T'Challa eventually, but right now, nah, this ain't the right move. I'm not with it, man. I'm not with it. So I feel as is the decision that's been made to keep T'Challa, Chadwick Boseman's T'Challa, is one that has a lot of nobility in it. Some white man that told him this, but you also have to. There's a level of trust that I think we should all have for a comic book world. That's what I was just saying. For a comic book world that has multiple dimensions and parallel dimensions and multiple stories and possible futures and possible reimaginations in the past, just multiple universes that they're actually experimenting with. So I feel my level of trust is that the medium can support a diversity of interpretations that can actually make us happy. Long story short, fuck the source material.
Yeah.
What's your thoughts on that, man? I read it. What you got? What's going on?
That is the most sophisticated ignorance I've ever heard.
It was. It was.
You said everything and nothing at the same time. You said, hey, you cast people to play a role because of the things that they do in real life to be put on the big screen where it's not real life, okay?
Mm-hmm.
But he did what he did when he did it, and then he was good at it. And now that he's dead, he did. But we should bring him back, but not bring him back in this universe, but multiple universes versus, okay? And that's what I feel. And I think that we should be patient and like the comic books, but also like what they're doing and spinning everything off. So it's T'Challa, but diet T'Challa. But if it's another universe, it's still T'Challa. You feel me? That's what it sounded like
Yeah.
he was saying. I was like, wait, what? It's
Yeah.
nobility, you know what I'm saying? But there should be multiple nobilities of a nobility that is in place. He is like that one slam poet that just says a bunch of words, but while he's dealing with his little drum, so it sounds like it's on beat. I think he is going to be T'Challa, but he will be Wakanda forever.
And the energy. They make you believe that the shit that they saying
Right.
like they believe it. But
And everyone else in the audience is like, ooh, yeah. I'm
yeah.
like, wait, he didn't
They
say
saying, huh.
anything though.
Yeah.
It was terrible.
And so for him to say that it's not Chadwick's role. And with that statement, I'm like, okay, well, what about all the other fucking roles that Chadwick Boseman has played? You know, are those roles were they not as equally as important? The thing about this T'Challa precedes Chadwick Boseman. He was a character before there was a Chadwick Boseman. So how is Chadwick Boseman making a T'Challa? He's a character. You recast him. You recast Edward Norton because you wanted to, because of reasons. You recast it, like Dempsey said. You recast Rhodey, War Machine because of
Re-
reasons.
recast
Uh,
Blade.
they're recasting Blade. You ain't bringing Wesley Snipes back and saying like, "Hey, he passing the mantle on to his daughter" or some shit. Like, no, you recasting him. So it's like you can recast for reasons, but the evilness, the insidiousness that is Disney's Marvel, they knew that they can prop this man up to say, "Oh, we're honoring him. Oh, we don't want to do him any injustice because he introduced this to T'Challa." And that's giving too much power.
Too much credence. I think it's too much credence. Yeah,
Yeah,
way too
too
much
much
credence.
credence to the actor. Where and this is a point that I didn't come up with, but somebody else said it, and I fucking agree.
Mm-hmm.
All of the outside of the MCU, all of the white superheroes, you see different versions of them across generations. As
Yes.
soon as we get this Black King, Black Panther, because this man dies in real life, you have to portray that shit on the screen as opposed to
Mm-hmm.
letting that character still be here for generations to come. So you want to make it so much about the actual person, but not thinking about the actual legacy
Hmm.
that character himself can have on
So
people. You
right.
focusing on Chadwick Boseman, knowing that people's emotions are going to get riled up to come in support of Chadwick Boseman, especially when this company is saying we love him, we respect him. We didn't want to, you know what I'm saying? Just all that type of shit that they were saying that has been fed into this cast. So now you see the
Hmm.
cast of this movie regurgitating the same bullshit. That what's the one girl who plays Shuri? Like, yeah, he was my brother. You know, I want to see my brother done justice.
I want to see my brother,
It's like,
Chadwick and T'Challa.
go do that shit in real life. Don't do that shit in the movie. The way you honor him in the
Right.
movie, in loving memory of Chadwick Boseman in the
That they
beginning
and they
or
do
in
that
the
all
end.
the time. They do that all the time. All the time. Every other character, when they die,
Hmm.
they're out of the cast and say, "Oh, he went someplace else." Did they not do that in Fast and Furious 7 with Paul Walker? They
I,
digitized his head on
I
there.
checked out, but I believe you.
That's fine. They drove separate ways. They played that Charlie Puth song, and that was it. We assume
Hmm.
that, oh, he's like, I can't do this anymore. I have a family to protect. Boom. Even though he died in real life, they gave him a send off, and that was it. They've since subsequently recast, brought in other characters to kind of fill that role. Even though Paul Walker's not alive, they said in loving memory, they moved on. They said, hey, Paul
Hmm.
Walker would want this. Yeah,
Yes.
Chadwick would want this too. Like that's the funny thing is they don't let you don't get to have you don't have get to have a designation of Black Panther that's the strong black man.
Hmm.
You don't get that.
Ooh,
Yep, you see what I'm saying?
I'm glad you're saying that. That goes over
Go
to
ahead.
our House of Dragon conversation that we about to
Oh,
have. But
transition.
pay attention to the handling of black characters. With the women, they try to put them in positions of power or have them like leading the people. We saw that from Woman King. We see that with King Valkyrie. We're seeing that with this movie now. They also and then the taking away of the black man. So Chadwick, because Chadwick dies in real life, he has to die in this fucking movie. And M'Baku is not going to take up on that role. Shuri
Exactly.
is now the new Black
Exactly.
Panther, which
Yep.
doesn't even make sense because if you're going to go strong woman agenda, it would have made more sense for the mother Ramonda to actually have been the Black Panther as opposed to Shuri.
I don't. They think that it's better. It's I feel like they're making it so that real life is supposed to be imitating the movies. So basically, the mother is kind of like pretty much she's like a BLM activist. She's telling
Yeah.
everyone else in the world, I've lost everything.
Hmm.
I lost a son. I lost a husband. You know, I'm at war with the Atlanteans. Look at what you've done to me. I've lost everything. That's not like and we've seen in Game of Thrones, you don't have time for that. You got 5 minutes to cry by yourself before real business
Yeah.
has to be done. And that's part of the problem that I'm having with it is the fact that they're making it so that between Woman King making Gezo making Gezo a contemporary and lower in status than the Woman King, the Emmett Till movie that's not about Emmett Till. It's just called Till because it's about his mother, not about him, but using his death as a prop for the movie. And now we're gonna see Black Panther using the death of T'Challa and Chadwick Boseman and T'Challa the character to elevate not necessarily Shuri, but the mother.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like they're using like, oh, so y'all do this, you let someone black die, and the women actually use the black men to either make a social statement or to affect change. But the
Yeah.
black men that was supposed to be the actual physical agent and the head of the whole thing is gone. So, oh, y'all like that? I'm gonna give you what you like and tell
Yeah.
you like it. And now we're supposed to be up here like throwing up the Wakanda forever as if we
Yeah.
accept that. We don't play that game around here.
And just like the Woman King, how people boycotted that. It was like, no, that's revisionist history, all that. Well, that's all Marvel been doing this whole fucking time. They've been revising history, but because a lot of people don't know, they just accept it as truth. Like this dude just said, we expect or telling fans to trust that this comic book universe will be done right. So it's like just don't think about it, just go along with it. So yeah, now you didn't go see the Woman King, but now you're about to see Woman King going to see Black Panther 2 Wakanda Forever. Uh but no, and that's another what you're saying, Dempsey. The the issue with these female characters that they pushing, they didn't earn these places. They were just being given to them. So we're not Shuri is the new Black Panther, but we haven't seen her fight. We saw her shoot some little things at one point, but I think
Hmm.
Killmonger whooped her ass and got her out of there real quick. Like she wasn't a threat. We're not seeing we're not about to see them earn. So we're not about to see her earn the Black Panther,
And you
the
know what?
mantle.
That is the problem, is the fact that M'Baku within a patriarchal society, which they have shown us is the established lore, you would have chosen M'Baku and his tribe as your main tribe. Even
Yeah.
though you don't have to change your base of operations, you're still in the mountains, that's fine. But hey, he is Wakanda. He is actually our nation's Black Panther. He is the strongest of us. He actually was able to challenge T'Challa. He's a strong warrior. His clan actually knows the terrain of where they are, and it's actually kind of hard to get up that far.
And he saved T'Challa.
He saved T'Challa, yet you're going to overlook him for the person that just makes gadgets. That's not actually battle tested at all.
Yeah.
When she's in Black Panther, the Dora Milaje running ahead of her. She back
Yeah.
here with these little pistol blasters. Like, yo, I got that salt and pepper for you. Like, I ain't got I don't have them big guns like the Dora Milaje, and I'm not necessarily a warrior. I haven't been trained. I just make tech. But I got
Yeah.
something for you if you get too close. No, you need an actual warrior. M'Baku was that guy. That's the thing, is they're getting Winston Duke to out talk himself out of the role of being the next Black Panther. They got
He's
him to
not
do it.
he even thinking about his he was like, well, hold on, shouldn't M'Baku be, the next Black Panther?
Right,
But they're feeding him that whole Chadwick Boseman bullshit,
right,
so he's just believing it. The
right.
people
And
who
that's
work
the weird thing. He got himself to actually talk himself out of saying, why shouldn't M'Baku? That was his perfect opportunity with Jamel to say, you know what? I understand that it would be a bloodline thing to have for the root and to be the Black Panther. However, if you say that it's something you can take and be taken away from you, and M'Baku was an actual challenger of T'Challa, then in that battle, you know that M'Baku should have won and been the next Black Panther. Like,
yeah.
he literally talked himself out of the role that he threw his hat in the first movie. Thank you, Dempsey.
So, yeah.
Astounding. Got a black guy to be on a podcast with someone else black and talk himself out of a main role with a starring black man. Like,
And like think of I know people want to talk about legacy and representation and whatnot, which I saw black and white characters. I love the white ones more than the black ones just because the white ones, I just like those characters. It wasn't because of the skin color or anything. But what about the legacy of, you want to talk about kids being able to see themselves, or the little black boys and girls? Well, they would have saw themselves in Black Panther, in M'Baku's Black Panther, because they would have just saw the suit, they would have just saw the mantle, not necessarily saying kids like, "Ooh, that's T'Challa," and that's M'Baku. Like they would have just been like the Black Panther. So you could have seen, so many young black men would have seen themselves as a ruler of a nation in this character, and all the black girls would have seen themselves as, you know, Queen Ramunda was running shit. Like, I'm not opposed to her handling politics and whatnot. They would have seen themselves in Shuri. Oh, girls, you can be smart. You can be creating tech, and this superhero shit is not just some boy stuff. Like, you didn't have to jump to Iron Heart to see a black female doing tech stuff, scientific type stuff. You already had that in Shuri, in which I said Disney had already planned on him, T'Challa passing that on to Shuri, but this just sped it up, and they saw a way to capitalize off of it, like Jimmy was saying. But you had the representation there, but what is it like? Politics is downstream from culture.
yep.
Yeah. So you showing the culture that, hey, black man, give up your power to the black woman that we can control. Um, y'all know what I'm saying, man. Also,
Mhm.
what you say? Also, the most unrealistic thing about Black Panther is the father only had one wife. I don't know. I don't know his character like that. I'm as a wolf. We mate for life, alpha male, alpha female. So we have our one little pair. So I'm not mad at it. I'm not saying he had to be out here just smashing every African broad that came around. But I hear what you're saying, hell, Delore. Um, Dempsey, this is another point. This is a point that me and Ego was talking about before. He says, could
Weeks
Bucky have
ago,
tried
yeah.
for the throne? I don't remember how the rules go exactly. A game of vibranium thrones would have been awesome to see. Who feels the power vacuum? Let's find out. So what we
Yeah.
have said before or talked about, when I don't know if it was on stream or not, but there is a White Wolf character,
Yeah.
and Bucky has already been acknowledged to be the White Wolf. They called him that in I think the Black Panther movie when you see him. Um so I'm not going to say he wasn't the leader of Wakanda. He was the leader of a militant group that served under the rulers. So we probably see not only these women giving rules, or giving orders to these men, to these black men. You might see it give it to the the white man, Bucky, as well. But yes, Bucky should have a, I'm just gonna say, a vibranium suit. I'll say that. But he was the White Wolf.
He was.
I don't think they're gonna have a whole group that he kind of runs. I think they're just gonna leave it at him, because I think, you already got the Dora Milaje. That's a group serving under the Black
Hmm.
Panther, and to put another group, it'll just be too much. And then you got the Atlanteans, or the Talokans, or whatever, coming in, and whatever common villain or enemy they're gonna have. So I think because of it being too many characters, that they might just introduce Bucky as the White Wolf, and just leave him at that.
Or they could have made it that could have made that's M'Baku's warrior force, the White Wolves. For them being up in the Arctic like that, not the
I feel
Arctic,
you.
but being up in the snow.
In the
They
yeah.
could have there. I mean, it's got there were uses for the White Wolf, but I mean,
Yeah, you're right. You could have you could have done that,
could have.
but I don't know. I think that should have been introduced like at
The
some point, because
Well, the
then
only so well, I will say this: the problem that when I was talking to Justin Ice about this, he was saying the issue was they only brought in Black Panther because they knew that you had to have an army for Endgame. Get what I'm
yeah,
saying? Like that was the only point in bringing them
you had
in
to have
because
bodies. You had to
you had to
have
have
yeah.
bodies, right? So like that's how you can explain an invasion movies. You have to have an army. It was like, which is messed up because you didn't go with the actual U.S. Army. You didn't go with Shield. You didn't make
Mhm.
it a World War movie. You just threw in the Wakandans. Like, hey, we need them because we need to find an army. Like, well, you had Shield agents. You could have activated Shield agents all over the world. Shield agents assemble, and you technically wouldn't. If you'd have done that, you wouldn't even have seen Black Panther until after Endgame.
You also had this whole Sokovia Accords thing that didn't get addressed until She-Hulk again. So you
Barely.
probably Right. So you probably had heroes or powered beings who were technically registered under the government still, that you could have seen been thrown in there.
Right.
I'm not saying that's the best move to make, but I'm just saying, like, just thinking within what you
Options.
had, yeah,
Right.
options,
Options.
that could have worked. I do like what you say with the White Wolves being in the mountains,
Hmm.
type thing.
Yeah.
And with that, instead of making a Falcon and the Winter Soldier where you got Bucky and Falcon going at
Sam
it button
Wilson.
heads, you could have had M'Baku and Bucky button heads, because
That
he
would have been
like,
awesome.
yeah, he's like, this fucking outsider has come.
Yeah.
Like, I just,
Yeah.
like somebody said, I just threw my hat in there for to be a ruler, to be the leader of Wakanda, and you letting this white dude, this outsider, come in
That would
with the
that
suit.
would
You
have
know what
been
I'm saying?
that's how you do race relations, not
Yeah,
necessarily so spot on the nose. Like that's
yeah,
that's
yeah.
an example of how you would do it right. But go ahead, I'm sorry. Next thing.
No, no, you're right. You're right. Iron Man could have been in the army. He was in previous movies. He did have his all them fucking
Iron Man
suits.
3. Yep.
Bro, it's sad, man. Because the more we think about it, we've said this before. Other people said it on streams. We coming up with some shit that could have actually worked, been intriguing. And Marvel just say, yeah, all that shit that makes sense. Fuck all of that.
Don't need it.
um, and also with the M'Baku Warriors, like, I don't remember what they did in the movie, but to see them actually have some type of gorilla strength or power, like you saying that they automatically go to like shields and spears and whatnot, to see them do something, I don't know, that could have been cool, but yeah. And why the hell wouldn't Namor wouldn't help him coming up now doesn't make sense.
Does not.
You're right. He probably was like, man, I hope they just kill each other. Well, because
You would have no. They would have had the Locans that would have been snapped out.
And if you got the aliens come in and taking out the humans, they would have been next. So he would
Right.
have fought. Right. That we would have seen the
Exactly.
introduction of Namor. Then
Namor. You could have. I honestly, if you wanted to foreshadow him, you could have seen a tsunami take out part of Thanos' army.
yes.
Like, that's all you had to do. Like, oh shit, that means
Yeah.
Namor's coming. Ooh, that's all you had to do. And for
Or
me, what?
or him just showing up and him take out a bunch of dudes and was like, "All right, I'm out. T'Challa,
Hmm.
you owe me." And then we see them come back with like some shit. We kind of hinted at a history between these characters already.
Yeah,
Yeah, Namor, like, I've done my part.
right.
You
Well,
mortals, you surface dwellers better
yeah,
end this type
and
shit.
and honestly, I don't like the guy that they wind up choosing. What they wound up choosing to play him. I don't know if you saw Dracula, like the story untold. I had to look this dude's name up, but I mean, he actually had the look of like supreme, not elegance, but supreme royalty and arrogance. I need to look up this name, these
Is
names.
that the movie where he could turn into
Dracula
like a bunch
Untold.
of bats or something?
Yes, Luke Evans.
I didn't really
Yes,
watch it.
I know, but Luke Evans had the look that I was like, yo, if you tell me he's Namor, I'm with it. Because the way he played Dracula in that version, being a ruler, a father, a husband, and the representative of his nation, that's the who you need to put in and to portray Namor.
Mike, I'm believing that Wakanda Forever takes place during the blip. It just makes sense.
No, so actually the timeline that Wakanda Forever is 6. It's a year after Endgame. And I told Abomination AJ and I had this discussion off camera that makes it even worse. You're telling me that a monarchy that's supposed to be as advanced as Wakanda goes a full year without naming a head of state successor. And if you're telling me it's patriarchal and that the Black Panther is both the king and the nation's defender, there's no reason why you shouldn't have had the succession plan of either M'Baku versus Shuri to determine who your next Black Panther is and then go with that. You do not go more into mourning a year. We saw Queen Elizabeth die on a Sunday, and by Friday, there was like, yo, King Charles is a new dude. No other
Hmm.
monarchy does this. You're telling me that we wait that long to name a successor, and that's part of the reason why everyone else deems this as weak. So instead of actually choosing a successor, we're going before United Nations saying, I've lost everything, woe is me, and you're looking extremely vulnerable to every other nation. No wonder you keep getting invaded and attacked. Weak sauce.
Yeah. Dempsey said Uncle Jesse from Full House would have been the awesome Namor.
That
He
man
was
come up on
Greek.
a come up on a shark, have mercy.
I think if anything, you would have had Namor looked like he could have been Asian, if anything.
That no, that's the recent incarnations. He's
Of
always
Namor?
looked, yeah. He
He's
never really
always
looked
had
Asian.
some tight eyes and the little he had the
Europe,
widow's peak.
bro, like maybe like Uzbek. He maybe look like Uzbekistani. Like I give you like some part of Europe, not necessarily
Okay.
Asian.
Okay. War Monkey said they probably won't even bother to show what happened during the snap. And that was my point to Mike. I don't You're trying to figure out at what point does it happen. I don't even think they give a fuck. So they don't not really gonna try to explain it. Uh because yeah, if you put it during the blip, because I think nobody even paying attention to it. Like nobody's mentioning it in other movies and stuff. So I just doubt that they
Right,
will really address it here.
and
A-
that's the issue. Yeah,
Atlantis is a Greek myth. Oh, that's why you said Uncle
exactly.
Jesse.
Yeah, like someone's
I
actually
feel
speaking.
you. I could just easily, and you said probably because of like more modern or recent iterations of Namor. I just feel like he always kind of looked Asian to me from what I've seen from him, but I'll let y'all have it. I don't give a shit. So how you guys think the movie going to end? Wakanda Forever? Uh
I don't really care. To
he
me,
looks more
honestly,
Asian than he does Mexican.
I I think the way they're going to end it is insert the fact that we're fighting amongst ourselves and we find out that we're more alike than we are different, blah blah blah. Insert common enemy here, colonizers.
So not really on another note, but JT Drum actually created the music, or made my music for the pod, for the that I use in
Yo,
my videos.
shout out JT Drum, sir.
Yeah,
Thank you. We
so
appreciate you.
Ego, if you can find a link to his channel, or JT, let me know if you even want your link in there. Because I know he makes music, he sells beats and whatnot. So other content creators, or anybody that needs music, hit this man up. Hit this man up.
Yeah, the link is ready. All you gotta do is give the way say so, sir. I'll throw it in there, man.
Bro, that's on you. You the tech dude. Make it
I just want to
happen.
make sure you got. I always want to make sure we got his permission. Okay.
Oh, okay, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
JT, yeah, yeah, man. Yeah, man.
Throw,
Throw
throwing
it
it
in
up
there.
there. All right, throwing it in the
All
chat.
right, War Monkey, you got to remember Disney stopped caring about the stories. They're into pushing new characters and moving on from everything cool for anyone. Yeah, because if they're trying to connect it, people ask questions, and the people who ask questions right now are considered toxic trolls and whatnot. So I just feel like they're gonna try to distance themselves as much as possible. So yeah, fuck it. It'll be a 4 out of 10. The people will say it's either 10 out of 10 or 1 out of 10, just like normal.
Agreed.
I'm gonna hate it, and they gonna say I hate myself. I'm a coon, all that type of bullshit because I don't like the black. Whatever. As a fan of filmmaking, I say at least this film was shot beautifully for a Marvel. Hey,
Yeah,
it
it
looked
looked
beautiful.
amazing.
It looked beautiful.
Yeah.
I almost caught myself feeling stuff. I had to be like, whoa, whoa, don't let the
Yeah,
Disney magic take a
but
hold of you.
you also know what you didn't hear. You
What?
heard phrases, no
Yeah,
dialogue, only
yeah,
sentences, and that's what gets you. They pick and choose the sentences with that meant the most in zero dialogue to go along with that music
yeah.
that's supposed to make you feel something.
They
So
oscillated.
you react. It's not taking it in for what it is and saying, "Hey, you have great visuals, you chose a great soundtrack, but this movie actually doesn't make any sense."
Yeah. All right, Mike has
And
bad knees. He said, "Okay, House of the Dragon talk." Ooh.
let's do it.
All right,
Ooh,
Mike, you
we
ready?
got
Hey,
something, y'all, today. Oh wait, oh no, so wait, before we do this, last week,
so how about
Abomination
them
AJ,
dragon? I'm just reading.
last week, Abomination AJ and I actually had a little back and forth on House of the Dragon. If you've been watching the show, there's a scene in which what was it that what are the House of Valerians? Go ahead, take it away from here. What was said and what happened?
Uh,
Abomination in that scene
bro,
because I forget the names.
I was reading this comment. Let me address John's comment real quick,
Okay,
and then
okay,
because John said,
all right.
"I'll say when no one else will." John, I done said this before. I feel we're on the same page. They're probably glad that Bozeman died, so that they don't have to think of a ridiculous way to have him forcibly pass the Black Panther mantle to his female replacement.
Fair.
Agreed. So in the comics, he was off in space doing some bullshit. So he had Shuri hold it down while he was gone. You saw from Marvel What If they changed him to fucking Star
Star
Lord. So
Lord.
they already had the idea. Remember, Peggy was introduced in What If as Captain Carter, and then you see her in the Multiverse of Madness shit. So they was trying to move in that direction. But you're right, because he died, then they was like, okay, fuck it. We don't have to think about that. We don't have to make it connect. We can stay right here and just have it being passed on, especially with them hijacking this man's Twitter and promoting the movie. That wasn't nothing but a chess move to them. Unfortunate for him, but Disney capitalizing on all of that. Is there any spoiler alerts? If I'm gonna check out, if I don't want any spoilers, since I have watched, bro, you said you didn't care about the Black Panther or the House of the Dragon.
I said hella spoil. It's gonna be hella spoilers, bro. I will say
it,
if you haven't watched the latest up to the latest episode, yeah, you might want to just check out for a little bit, But I mean, it's mainly the main thing is that it's going to be in relation to things that we've seen thus far within the 7 or 8 episodes that have come up. But yeah, if you haven't seen any episodes, it's gonna be spoilers.
Damn, so y'all making good points. But they would have to read Storm would be holding it down, but they would have to have read the comics to make that connection with an easy way to have a female leader in X-Men segue. Agreed, bro. Fucking agreed. Storm would be holding it down. You could have got the X-Men introduced. We could have had fucking Storm mourning for her son. She could have went in a fit of rage, lightning and fucking wind and storms over fucking Namor. She would have. Oh yeah, he in the water too. Oh, she would have did away with all that shit. She would have dried it up, partied like the Red Sea. You niggas dry now. No water to
Winds
swim in.
rise.
Been pissed for her husband, as opposed to what you see Wanda pissed about her fake kids that she didn't hijack the whole
Exactly.
town. Anyway, It was a joke. All right, all right.
It was a Karen move which was a Karen move, by the way.
It's a Karen move. Hey
She
guys.
said no. She's like instead of saying I'm gonna speak to the manager, she's like, what the hell? I am the manager.
Look, hey, a guy was pounding out to a girl's feet. Now, when I saw this scene, I was like, hold on, that's the queen. I said, she don't need to be showing no part of her body. Why she taking her shoes off? What is this? I was like, bro, probably getting turned on right now. And then you see him start tagging off. I was like, oh, okay. They know what they was doing. That's what was happening.
Like,
but all
look at
right.
Feet. Both of them work.
Her feet. Man, she ain't got no bunions. Her feet ain't dirty. Like unlike these hoes around here walking around on this cobblestone. all right.
Mess up my vestments. Gross.
So look, and I'm gonna say this. So House of the Dragon, and my bad ego about because I did interrupt you.
Nah, go ahead. All good, man. Go
ahead. But make whatever point you was trying to make. But I will say that we are enjoying House of the Dragon.
Oh yeah. Definitely.
Just like I can enjoy the racist crows and Dumbo, I can enjoy some shit that I can call racism on the surface if it's done well. It's just like I just smell the bullshit. I know what you're doing. But House of the Dragon has been entertaining. But besides the misuse of the black characters, we even see issues with the writing within the story. Right. I'm gonna. So, do you want to? Yeah, you could take it. Take it.
So what happened was last week. Excuse me, Abomination AJ and I were talking about the scene where Lord Cornrollis.
Appreciate you, South Facts. You keep going. I'm talking to the chat,
but that's fine. But I call him Lord Cornrollis for obvious reasons. He is actually sick and or dying after being on this war for 6 years, right? And so his brother is talking to the queen that never was and saying, "Yeah, we need to shore up this bloodline. We need to go after the throne." And she rebuffs that advance. But later on, when the king has the family before him, he starts talking out of turn. He says, "Hey, you're not just gonna give the king of Driftmark to these little bastard kids with your whore daughter." And so the king who's dying is like, "Hey, yo, I'm old, but I'm still about that action with this dagger." And so Damon actually winds up cutting the guy's head off. And so when Abomination AJ said it, he said that, "Hey, look, I don't like the fact that the black guy, the one that said he was going to stand up for his bloodline, that had to go." The original point that I was taking is the fact that within the Game of Thrones, not lore, but within the Game of Thrones universe, talking that boldly,
recklessly, out of line,
recklessly and out of line to the king in front of his family is grounds for just permanent termination. And so we actually wound up watching another episode, and I talked to Justin Ice about this off camera, and Justin Ice had never really seen House of Dragon, and I explained everything that was going on in the show along with that scene. And then we've come to the resolution of what we're talking about now. That kind of brings us to what we're talking about today. So now that you have the backstory, Abomination Asia, take it away.
So what I was saying was, so first of all, there's race swap characters. This is a mostly European or based off of European stories, lore. Black people really
the War of Roses is what George R.R. Martin bases the entire Game of Thrones on, which is completely European. Go ahead.
Okay, so you shouldn't see our people in there unless they're traveling to regions where, like Dorne, or like where Daenerys was at when she had the colored folks around her. So unless we're in those areas, we really shouldn't be seeing black people. So because of the race swap, you just I'm just kind of paying attention to how they're utilizing the black characters, and what I've come up with. Like we was just saying with the whole woman king and all that type of shit, it's like if you can get the black man out of there, the black man is gonna actually speak up, the rebellious, like a young Ripper, somebody who's not saying the things that you want, then you get him out of there or you delegitimize him. So and we can compare like the royals, the higher ups, and the races, as well as the servants. So starting with the servants. Sure, there are black servants, there are white servants, but only the white servants actually contribute to the story. And in this one scene, I guess I'll go ahead and show it. Damn, that's not it. But you know what? I'm actually go through the episode. So I'm gonna go through the episode, but the handling of the black men. So you had Corliss. who spoke out on multiple. I think once he definitely spoke out once, but he didn't die for it. Why? Because King told him, "Hey, bro, you talking too much. Get back in line. Shut up." And he did. So y'all talking about playing the Game of Thrones? He did that. He shut up at the time, but we don't see him anymore. Supposedly he's off. He's dealing with a fever. He's supposed to be dying or whatever. And then you have his son, who's gay, and he's allowed his wife to have to bear another man's kids, and he's giving them his name. So he's like, I'll be stepdaddy. Just a weak man.
Cucked.
When cucked, when their excuse is, well, he couldn't make it happen. Well, I'm pretty sure he could have easily. They could have had their little three-way going on. He had a man right there, played all with him, and then he finished off in her. Bam, you got kids with white hair, mixed race. So they could have gotten away with that, but they just said, "Fuck it, no." And then you had the brother of Corliss, who was more outspoken for the whole of the show. We've seen that, but as soon as he speaks out, which says something very important, like, you're not about to tell me that my bloodline in here. You're not about to tell me that I have to give my name over to these little bastard children from your whore daughter. And he instantly gets his head cut off. Why? Because he kept on speaking out and he didn't submit to the person in charge. He didn't play the game or whatever, but still, the three black men, they're pretty much taken out, or they're not threats, and they're quickly told, shut the fuck up, black boy, or something gonna happen to you. Stay in line, stay in your place. And then you have the black females in the show that ultimately do nothing. They're really just chess pieces to be utilized. You had Damon's wife, who I told y'all I fucks with Damon for liking, for liking the little brown skin honey, who had the biggest dragon. But what happened? She was only there to bear children. She had the biggest dragon, sure, for a moment, but then that instantly got passed on to Aegon or Aemon,
No,
whoever. He
Amon stole it.
right, he stole it. But I'm saying, like, that power that she had, she dies, and then you give it over back to a white man, a strong figure, a head figure, a key player. Um, so that's my issue, as well as when you look at the servants. Like I said, the white servants actually contribute to the story, because you had the one that was about to get who said she got raped, and or I don't know who you say that, but she got her goods taken. And I think there was another one. And then chat, help me out, because if I'm saying anything that just sounds just out of whack, or if you can call me out, present points, so that we can actually figure out what's going on. But I think there was another servant that had something to do with it.
That was a child. That was a little boy, but he was a
Okay,
servant boy. He was the one that told the hand that, yo, Rhaenyra's off here like being freaky with her uncle.
I know what you're talking about. I don't know if I'm exactly thinking about that, but even with that, the whole Otto dude, so he's still here. Now, my issue with the taking out of uh Corliss's brother was that you could have written to where he actually played the game. You could have written to where he jumped out. It sounds funny when I say it, but if he jumps out the fucking window, or you show Leonor on his dragon, he comes through, and maybe they had been talking behind the scenes and was like, okay, we're going to continue our bloodline. Like, Daemon and Rhaenyra tried to kill you, we gonna get our revenge. We're gonna come back. We're gonna play this game. So he could have dipped on them. No, I ain't. I talked out of turn. Fuck all of this shit. They might my kids. They might my grandkids. They might my nephews. And then he got out of there, jumped on the dragon. They gone to fight the Game of Thrones. Or you could have had Lenor bust through the room on his dragon, because him and his uncle had talked about it, and I had said that. And then it's in this very next episode, you see the exact thing from Rhaenys. She burst through with her dragon. Now, how did she get on her dragon after she was just in prison? Well,
No, she was locked in her room.
she was locked
Yeah,
up. She wasn't in prison,
yeah.
but they was like, you can't go nowhere. So you had her, which they had all these little kings guards, all of them holding the area down, guarding, but somehow she was able to just slip down this little stairway. If that's the case, then how many other civilians had the opportunity to just rambunctiously just have fun, just trying through the castle, slipping poison in folks' drinks and traps and all that type of stuff, lace the linens with something. But she was able to just slip away, get on her dragon, burst through, prove that she was a badass, and then get out of there. And then so let me This is the scene. So you killed that the uncle. And then, which Ego pointed out, well, this dude died for speaking out in this next episode.
Lord Beesbury.
Okay, which he did. But this is also by somebody who that was his first victim. He set that precedent that anybody who speaks out or has knowledge, has this information that we trying to, play this game, we trying to
Playing the coup.
overthrow. Yeah, playing this coup, they get killed. So that was separate from what just happened to the black dude that died before. But in that scene, and I'm trying to find it, y'all. Right here. So in this scene, once this dude does die, the black dude, he's the only black dude in the room, right? And he's not in fucking armor. He's not no leader of no house. He's the maester. So his role is to keep the white dudes in power good and healthy so that they can keep on ruling. And what he do? Oh, can I remove the body? I'm kind of squeamish. And then Hightower was like, "Nah, these doors stay closed until we
You
handle what
iron
we
this
need to
out.
handle." Yeah. So the black dude, the servant, soft as fuck, and once he speaks out, he instantly shuts the fuck up or gets told to shut the fuck up. Now that's inconsistent because if this Otto Hightower dude, if he's killing anybody that speaks out, which we see later on, this dude right here, the bald head dude, leader of the King's Guard, he puts his cloak down on the table and says, "I'm out. If there's no king, then I serve the king. I don't need to be here. I don't chat again. Let me know. Maybe he died off camera, but I think he's free to go on about his business." So there was somebody that did not die for speaking out. So that just goes back to my point. Well, the first black dude didn't have to die for speaking out. And then after this scene, you get this right here. So right after that scene where you just saw a black fucking servant who was just a maester, you get this scene right here. And what is and again, black servant, she down there, she on the floor, she on the knees with the white kids, and then look at the white lady in charge. Oh yeah, she's so good with my kids. Oh yeah, eat healthy, black woman, so they can suck on your teeth later on. Get that good rich Dornish milk. I'm just talking shit now, just having jokes. But that's the type of stuff that I'm talking about. As soon as we cut from that scene over here, we immediately see this picture. Now, does this look like fucking slavery pictures to y'all, where you had the fucking black servants in the house? That's what I see. That's what I see. But again, how I was saying that the black dude could have played the game, they wrote that into Rhaenys's character, so they could have easily written that into Corlys brother's character. That's what I got. Ego, what you got? Chat what y'all got, because it seemed like y'all just listening. Y'all just like, damn, I don't know what's going
All
on
right.
here. Now, Mike
So,
did say
go ahead.
Cornrolius ends up outliving everyone in the end, and that could happen. I am looking at. I didn't
Possibly.
read these books, but I do want to see still how is this character being handled, because my issue with this dude was him acknowledging, knowing that his son was gay, that those kids were not his, but he was fine with passing on the name to the bastard children, as opposed to doing what the brother said. No, my bloodline will continue. These kids that take over will be of my blood. So that was my issue with him. As well as Cornrolius being a badass and amassed a whole lot of wealth in all these ships. Like, will we actually see that from him? But even then, he's willing to, like M'Baku is doing, just give it up to the woman. The whole time he's been like, wife, you should have been the one on the throne. He don't want the power. He wanted to be given to her so he can be her, simp. So he can be simping. What you got, man? How you feeling?
All right. So I will tell you guys this is what changed for me between what I said originally last week and this week. So, yes, if we're looking at apples to apples, right? And you say, hey, he said something and he died. He said something and he died. Well, he talked turn out of turn and he got dealt with. He got out turned out turned and got dealt with. This house has some bad misfortunes. That house has some bad misfortunes. If you look at it apples to apples, it would seem on its face that, hey, there's nothing, kind of off about this. How how however, right? When you look at the fact that this is a race swap, right? Okay, so if the race swap is an accident, it's a bad accident, and if you did it on purpose, it makes it even worse. If you tell me that in the books that House Driftwood has all of these calamities befall them, they're the last family that I would want to make black. Because if you look at all the calamity that's fallen on the houses in this season of House of the Dragon, only one family that looks has one distinct look suffers all of the calamities. So think about it.
Mm-hmm.
First of all, the father's a sea serpent, right? A true mastery of the seas, crafty, and knows how to actually win a war, right? Wow, the D over white kids, exactly, right? You don't see him at sea. He's actually in the court, and he's not good at the court. He's in the game, but's not good at playing it because he backs the wrong horse. Okay, fine. I will try to look past that. You tell me that his son is a capable warrior, knows the court, can actually command a dragon, can yell Dracarius, and take out an entire army with using a dragon as a projectile. So he knows both the air and the sea, right? Would be someone that would be clearly in play to hold and wield some power within House Driftmark and, of course, possibly the kingdoms. But you're telling me he's homosexual. The problem I have with that, I was like, okay, if you want to make him homosexual, that's fine. The only problem I have with that is the fact that you said that it's he's so homosexual, he can't even have children with his beard, right? And the
As
issue
soon
that
as
I
he look
have,
at the vagina, he goes soft.
right, right. Here's and the problem I have with this, how many times do we hear about in real life men that were happily married, had children, and then behind closed doors you find out, oh no, he has dalliances with men. You know what I mean? I seem to remember a
Mm-hmm.
prominent politician that was trying to run in Florida that had a black wife, had a black family. They caught him in a hotel with allegedly another man and some drugs, right? From what we've seen and what we've heard, men that finally can be homosexual years down the line are capable of having a family, capable of producing children. You're telling me this guy was so obsessed with butt stuff that he let another man father children with his wife and then claim that they're his own children. He loves them so much that he would abandon them to go to Pleasure Island. Okay, it's getting weird. You tell me that Cornelius has three daughters and that they understand politics. They know that their father, they're used to having a head of household that's the man. They grew up without blemish. Their only
Mm-hmm.
inheritance within their name isn't their kingdom because that can be taken away from them the minute they marry someone. He becomes king. The only inheritance, the only safety net that I have as Princess of Driftwood is my mother's dragon. It's the largest one and the only thing that we've got to hold on to. Only thing that's kind of keeping Driftwood afloat outside of the marriage that my mother made to Damon. And that's stolen from them by Aemon. Now I understand that, Aemon is a very compelling character in himself. But it doesn't change the fact that he stole the inheritance of House Driftwood and it's the black kids that he steals them from. On top of that, you have the fact that Cornrollis finds out that his son technically has been murdered. His daughter dies in childbirth. His son-in-law marries his niece. He can't have any real say in what's happening because he's away fighting a war. It seems like it's losing because he's doing it by himself because he doesn't sound like he has any backers. And then his brother, who would rightfully say, "Hey, look, brother, I'll take your place. I will marry your wife because that's been in the lore.
Right.
We will keep House Driftmark relevant. We would have it. We would have had two dragons, so we would have commanded both the air and the seas. And the guy that says, "Hey, look, I don't need to have an invite to this cookout. I could throw my own damn cookout." Like, nah, homie. come get this sword. Boom, he's chopped down. So now that now the only family that's black that you show me that has prominence has been taken out one by one by one. And because it's a race swap, now we have a problem.
Yeah.
And that's what I wasn't seeing that from when you said that Lord Cornwallis' brother had to die. I wasn't seeing necessarily the forest from the trees when you said it, but now when I told that to Justin Ice and explained to him, he's like, "Yo, the problem is the race swap because if they all look the same, you could say, wow, the House Driftmark has a lot of bad luck." Now it's whoa, the blacks got a lot of bad luck. It's like watching an episode of Good Times. It's awful.
Yeah, and Zach, Zach's I understand that this he was gay already. It's just I just see that through a lot of media, and I see that in real life as well. So it just
Right.
seems like the it's it's like they can get away with the fucked up shit because it happened in the book. Well, it's like, well, why did you make those
Well,
people black?
well,
Why the fuck ain't
also,
why Damon ain't black?
right. Well, no, right. Well, the
Why the
problem that I also
badasses ain't
have.
black?
Well, you're saying that he was writing the book in like butt stuff, fine, but did he give up his title? Did he give
Yes.
up royalty for butt stuff?
So
Because
I would
no
I
other
would need
character we've seen has done that. As much as they loved whores, as much as they loved butt stuff, as much as they were into like mutilation, they still kept their titles. The first time
yeah,
we see the black one, every black man in this show so far has lost their title
yeah.
or given it up
Giving
voluntarily.
giving it up. Yeah.
Even Aegon kicking and screaming, "I don't want to be king. I don't want to be king." Hey, dragged his up ass up out of that carriage and said, "Hey, look, I said you the new king." And what did he do by the end of that episode? Threw up the sword.
Yeah.
And I said, "You could okay, Zax. You said they could imply it wasn't just bad luck; it's because racism. You can't do that here because you implied that they're homophobic and they are misogynistic, but you didn't say they're racist. That's the other problem I have with this. I don't see how you can be like, you know what? Hey, man, we don't mess with dudes that mess with dudes up in here. Okay, you're right, bro. Hey, yo, bros and kings before these hoes. Yeah, right. Hey, yo, them ninjas over there. Whoa, 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 whoa. Baratheon. We are not like that in
Yeah.
House Driftmark. We do not do that in the Seven Kingdoms. Wow, you need sensitivity training in court. Okay, good. We need to really talk about this because Baratheon is over here just saying racist stuff. That is not how we roll up in here. Okay,
And then
good
and
lord,
then
read
and
the
then
room, brother.
the little female that he freaking on, he smacks like, get out of here, bitch. Man's talking. My man's over
Exactly.
here wild and talking about my cousin now.
You see what I'm saying? Like you can't imply heavily in this universe that they're misogynistic and homophobic, but not racist, which would have been a point to make. Like, hey, look, we don't mess with House Driftmark. Oh wow, you mean Darkwood? That could have been
Yeah.
invented. You could have said it was right there. You didn't take it, which means you can't say that everything is happening because of race, which would make it seem like a cop out and lazy writing, which is the problem we've always had with these shows.
Yeah. So, and again, this we do find the show entertaining. All right, it is. It's giving us something to watch, to pay attention to. Like Hell the Lord said, at least we can talk about this as opposed to Rings of Power. I'm not
Rings
watching
of
that
Power
shit.
shout is the name that shall not be named.
Yeah. I just said it just then, but it's just again paying attention to the characters, like this fucking peasant woman right here on the ground. But and then Mike said in the book he dies, he doesn't leave. Who are you talking about? Who are you talking about with that? But
I
I would
think
love
it's
to
I
see
think it's Cornelius' son.
on the book he
I think
dies,
that's
he
who it's
doesn't
on.
leave. Okay, okay.
I'm okay. Okay, well then let me know he died. And
I
that's also messed up. You knew that he died, but you
yeah.
said, "Hey, go to Pleasure Island instead."
I would like to see how what happens to him because I'm hoping that he does come back trying to fight or to try to claim what is his. But if they just leave him just out there, just having fun with brown butts and whatnot, then yeah, I'm gonna look at them differently. And then Mike said that Cornrolis outlives everybody. Now I don't know if there's spoilers. We don't know how the show is going to handle it, but I am looking forward to see how he is handled because I haven't read the books, but from YouTube videos that I'm watching, he was a badass. Like I said,
Mm-hmm.
he commanding all these ships. We ain't seen none of that. Amassed a whole lot of wealth. All we see is this dirty ass little little fish island. I'm not seeing the badass that the show is
No,
claiming him to be.
no, no
Um,
badassery.
but I'm entertained enough to look to see what's happening with him. Um, and also, yeah, like with the race swaps, I was saying, well, how come Damon couldn't be race swapped? He the badass, he running shit.
Mm-hmm.
How come Hightower? How come she couldn't? You know, his dude couldn't be black, and he have a little mixed girl, and you see,
Mm-hmm.
just like Damon, like some brown girl. You see, okay, King Viserys like some brown girls as well. Not the young one that that they tried to throw at him. He got morals, he got standards. But just stuff like that. It's like I feel like you could have race swapped some better characters as opposed to one that we got. And then for them to be team black versus team green, they're
Mm-hmm.
literally
Mm-hmm.
black, but you
Mm-hmm.
taking the men out. It's just
Right.
weird stuff that I'm paying attention to, and I'm seeing how they're handling them. Flaccid, the lies that come out of your beak. What's wrong with butt stuff, guys? AJ keeps sending me werewolf art that is basically all butt stuff. See, bro, you lying. You lying. I ain't sent you no wolf with a butt. Period. Stop lying to these folks, man. I already said enough wild stuff on Instagram. Hollywood, I said Hollywood.
It
Hollywood
is.
is
It is Holly
terrified
Wild.
of straight black men, bro. Yeah, it's they're terrified. Look at the Clarence Thomas thing that happened. As soon as he say something, all type of racist comments get thrown at him. As soon as these people get a black man that ain't saying what they want him to say or ain't just shutting up when they tell him to, he's a problem. He a problem. He
Mm-hmm.
an issue. We're I just see that in media. Um, it's just something to pay attention to, y'all. I'm not taking anything away from the show.
Right. It's
Uh
still a good show. Still a
it's
good
still a
show.
good show. It's still entertaining. I find issues here and there. I feel like you've said it already, but Rhaenys and the brother could have married.
Amon. Oh yeah, Renee saw that. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, Rhaenys and the brother, they could have married, and they could have been trying to run shit or had stuff going on. They could have Damon. So Damon was on their side because he was married to the daughter, which I do think Damon actually
Right.
cared about her.
I do too.
I just think they could have written this shit differently. The writers only care about surface level things, so their writing is only brushing the surface of any topic. These two are probably correlated. It's just something to look at. Left Eye, I agree. They can't say it within the show. They want to say it in variety.
That was well played. That's well
Yeah.
played. Yeah.
Lenore only claps white cheeks. That it. That is something. That is something. Cause he was pissed that his white man got. Look, bro. Hey, but no. Cause I just said it. Like now he going to Dorne or he going to Pleasure Island. He with the brown cheeks now. So he about to get some thickums. This is why race swaps should never be done. The new characters should just be added. Yeah, bro. Like in a story where the issue is genetics, ain't nobody looking at skin. It's only hair color. Um, AJ is a furry. Yeah, I know I'm not a furry, but on the surface or at a glance, I can see how that assumption could be made. But I am a man beast. I'm not a man that saying I'm really an animal. I'm just stuck in this human body. No, I go transform to a wolf man later on. I fight demons. I say that for the demons, the supernatural threats.
He said he trans wolf, y'all.
Get out of here. No, I'm both. I'm both.
his, his, his pronouns are woof woof.
My pronouns are where and wolf. What up, house? Hell, Lord, he is. Get out of here. You a two-headed bird. So at least in my furriness, my dick is my own. You have to share your soft dick with another man,
Oh,
Flaccid.
come on. Oh my god. It's got out of hand, y'all.
But yeah. Oh, what you talking about? Hell, the Lord picks for the picks. Hey, Phoenix, show them
Please
pics.
no.
Show the
No, please
proof.
don't.
Show the proof.
Oh, gross.
But y'all, so that's why we said this episode was really black, because we were talking about the
Mm-hmm.
Caleb McLaughlin dude, the Winston Duke, and now the House of Dragon shit. But again, it's not, we're not playing victims. I don't really give a shit. I didn't read the
No.
books. I'm not emotionally invested in this. It's an entertaining show. And like I said with the crows, I can accept racist crows from Disney and Bugs Bunny playing a slave to fuck with Yosemite Sam. Like, this shit is nothing to me. It's nothing new. I do think that for us to say that these people are the true racists, the true misogynists,
Mm-hmm.
the very villains that they try to make us to be, I'm like, you know what? It ain't gonna always just be on the surface, just so visible, like on the nose. You're gonna have to look for it, because that's how they get away with it, doing it under the noses. Trans
Right.
wolf that is disrespectful to the group. Yeah, man, fuck these folks. Hell, fuck them. Unsubscribe. If you say AJ is a furry, unsubscribe right now. Get out of here. We don't need that type of energy. We don't talk bad about one another in this community. We inclusive. I think he said trans in there somewhere. Help me out. Get the fuck out of it. I'm a trans wolf. Phoenix is a trans bird sharing his flaccid dick with another man. Like I said, mine's is my own. But bro, anything else you got to say on that conversation? Chat,
No,
anything that
man.
y'all got to say on that conversation. Look, bring some points, call
Hey,
us out. Mike was like, hold on, bro. Cornrollers live to the end. He might be a badass later on. Maybe he is.
I will be looking for that. I look forward
I'm
to seeing that.
excited. I'm excited to see Zach's clipped. How
Oh,
y'all
I'm
crazy
I'm gonna,
like and
I'm gonna check that clip
phobic.
out.
See there? See? They
Like a
don't like it.
phobic.
They trying to paint me as something else.
Like a phobe. Oh my god, y'all are hilarious, man. I'm good to go on this note, man. Y'all hilarious.
Yeah, we passed the 2 hour mark. The other topics went longer than supposed to, but I really wanted to get that out.
Yeah.
And if you want to know my thoughts on that or this initial conversation,
Hmm.
uh subscribe to Heroes No Capes One Shots Ego. If you can drop
Definitely.
that link, I
Yeah.
upload the clips from the show over there for people who can't handle us for the whole 2 hours plus. You can only handle us to small doses. That's what those clips, the clip
Right.
channel is for. But you can see the conversation that sparked this conversation here, and what got us talking about it. um Mike, you made some good points. I'll be watching with a different perspective. Yeah, and like I'm not watching it to hate it. Like as I was watching this episode, and then this lady right here popped up, which I don't know why I still got her on the screen, but I was like, come on now, why y'all proving my points with this shit? We need to do a House of the Dragon discussion live stream together, guys. Flash,
Yeah,
whenever you
that'd be
back in
dope.
commission, bro, you back in. Let me know.
Let
Let me
us know.
know.
Yeah, definitely.
Are Sasquatches considered furries? Got another supernatural being on the squad in the community.
Interesting.
You know what?
Interesting.
Yeah, man. I hate to say it. I ain't a furry, but I gotta represent for the furries because I
Sorry, y'all.
don't think every furry is like at that crazy level of fucking animals that people think they are. I just grew up with like Looney Tunes and Disney back in the day. Like, I'm used to anthropomorphic walking talking animals. My shit will be anthropomorphic walking talking animals, some of it. Um so yeah, I fucks with that. AJ rocking that rocket power. Yeah, man. Somebody was going for the 90s. 90s. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Sean still up in here. Yes, cannoli. Thought so, Sean. Y'all talking about me.
I'm
Our
sorry. I'm swatting at a
Sasquatch.
gnat that's bothering me. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm
You
swatting at a
good, you
gnat.
good. I'm not a furry. I am furry. Me just now. Dempsey, what you got going on? Yeah, I'm glad there's some wild dudes in here, man. It's not just us, it's not just the phoenixes that are wild on this internet. Y'all look, y'all bring the energy, man. It was a good show.
Thank you,
Um,
guys.
Glad y'all up in here. And it's nice to have these conversations. Black people, we're in a minority. We even more of a
Yeah.
minority in this geek shit. So most of the
Right.
audience will be white. So I'm just letting y'all know we will be talking about some shit like this. I talk about race swaps on my channel and handling the black characters already. So you should already know what you're getting yourself into. with the channel, with my content. I talk about it here and there if I
Hmm.
find it important. But yeah, man, glad again the true diversity of us, what we look like, diversity of thought, all that. Because then once you get away from people that look like you start to get different perspectives. You start to understand the world from everybody else's point of view, as opposed to just what your group tells you about somebody. So that's good. It's good. I'm glad that we can do that. Glad y'all up in here. The show keeps
Thank
on
you.
growing.
Thank you.
We had a lot of folks up in here. We need to
Yeah.
do a collab
Oh,
stream with the large group.
I forgot to mention, me and Canoli Sasquatch are going to be on my channel live on Wednesday night. We're going to be talking some sports ball. He is a big New York Giants fan. I am a Cowboys fan. And the NFC East is actually turning out to be something good. So it's going to be a little bit more sports ball talk on Wednesday. And me and the Shira are going to be going live tomorrow evening as well for a little Halloween stream as well.
All right. Canoli, a collab stream with a large group. Look, I'd be down for that, but the
Definitely.
thing
Me
is,
too.
with the large groups, you realize, and this is probably something you know already, Canoli, but for people who don't know, like, there's a whole lot of people trying to talk and get points out, and everybody is not. That's not the vibe. A lot of people are
Hmm.
trying to have. But hey, I'm down to collab with anybody. I love to have
Yeah.
the conversation. Um, yeah, about anything. I don't give a
Yeah.
fuck.
We
But
got to set. We'll have to set that up though. Yeah.
yeah,
Definitely.
that's all for this show, y'all. We
Yeah.
wind it down. We getting up out of here, bro. I never
Yeah.
play a goddamn clip. Uh, I ain't even gonna play one right now. Just fuck it.
Go
But
ahead. Go ahead.
yeah, the larger the group, the harder it is to coordinate, to get points
Yeah.
out, all that type of stuff. Yeah, F&T gets a little too busy at times. Best to keep the group to like 6.
I like
Yeah,
that.
man. Yeah, agreed. When you got a whole lot of voices, especially strong personalities, the
Hmm.
conversation can get kind of derailed or real convoluted, too much going on. So there you go. What you say, Zach? I'm doing a live watch tonight for
Hey.
Dawn of the Dead, 1978 at 11. Black lead in there. You're welcome.
Wait. 11 Central, Eastern, or Pacific. Let us know.
He said, I fixed racism. Uh Mods, can y'all drop Zax's link? Zax's channel.
He's fucking doing that too.
Because I would definitely try to be there for that. Zax, I'm gonna be honest. I missed the last stream that you did. I had my notification on. I woke up to it and I was like, shit, but I know you killed it, bro. I know that the chat was going crazy. I know y'all wild. Drop that man link before
I
we end
got it.
this. I ain't yelling
I'm
at
doing
you,
it
bro.
right
I'm
now.
yelling at all the mods. Drop
I
this
got you.
man's link.
Get this man a
Subscribe to
link.
his channel. And yeah, I'm gonna say, for even for people who just subscribe to my channel, like, hey, go be invested in the content. Go check out the content. Make sure that I'm the person for you, that my channel is for you. Because I'd hate for a video to pop up and you'd be like, damn, this AJ dude is just going off. He is wild. I can't believe he said that. Then you'd be like, unsubscribe. I can't support this. Let's not even get there. Just subscribe. Go to the videos. I like this. All right. I want some more. So yeah, get that man link. Is this Zax's link right here?
I think that's it.
Yep,
Yeah.
that says Zax. People subscribe to his
Please do.
channel if you have not already. Get this man a few extra subs. He don't need no help from us. He passed the 1,000 mark. He killing it.
Keep doing it.
Yeah, we trying to make our way. Ego, did you drop your channel?
Of course, bro. Well, I'll do it again.
Drop
Let
it
me make sure
again,
I
bro.
got it
Drop
in
it
there.
again. Drop
Yeah.
it
First,
again.
gonna get in there. Channel. So self promotion. You know what I'm saying?
Here you
All
go. Be
right.
the
Dropping
change
it
that you
there.
want to see. Exactly, man. I got in my bio
Word.
from day
Word.
one for me
Word.
making a channel, man. I'm hoping that I do this, put my opinions out there, y'all find value in it, and then it inspires other people to go and do what they want. Probably not content creation, but go do something and make money, prosper,
Yeah.
be true to
Definitely.
yourself. Don't be fucking nobody over. Be honest, and the Lord gonna bless it, man. He gonna bless it. Uh, and Canoli Sasquatch, did we drop his? I know Canoli, Flaccid
I'll double
Phoenix.
check it. I
Phoenix,
think I
you a
did. Let me
mod
double check.
though? Look, if you a mod, drop your own channel. I ain't gonna be doing all the work.
Shameless. We were okay with shameless promotion.
I'm
These
okay with it.
streets.
I'm okay with it. But yeah, Canoli, Zax, we
Mhm.
got Zax and Flaccid Phoenix. Like I said, Phoenix, you could drop your own, and then drop them periodically. Throughout the chat. sounds like Lenore. What sounds like Lenore? Butt stuff. Did we talk about butt stuff just now?
Maybe. You're only,
See,
you're only two comments away from butt stuff. So
they find something crazy in anything that we say. But all right, y'all, that's the show. Glad y'all was here. This has been fucking amazing. Love you dudes. Love you dudes. Love you guys. Any females out there? Love you. Love you, ladies. You thank y'all. All right, we out. We out. Left eye, I need to help to get your thumbnails and level up. There you go. There you go. Talk, man. Talk. Twitter. Please. Message this man on Twitter. Message me on Twitter.
Yeah.
Get in contact. We out here. Flaccid Fingers. Great show, guys. Thank y'all. Thank y'all. Thank y'all. David Waller. I don't see you in here too often, but glad you in here. Glad you had them nuts to comment this time and show your face. This is what it's about. It's about y'all. Thanks, glad to have caught it. This was fun. All right, y'all. I'm gonna play all this as the outro goes. Peace, man. Love. I'm gonna knock these stickers off. This like stays around, stays in our voice, you know?